So why use Rami? Readily available and abundant. We have also fast growth rate. Once the rain comes, it definitely grows faster. And also, of course, Ramiers are subtropical vast fibers, which are obtained from their plant's fiber 2 to 6 times a year. So could you imagine? It is very a fast-growing plants that you can see anywhere in the Philippines, which is basically it is a tropical country of which plants are very abundant. So they constitute a pure cellulose and possess highest tenacity among all plant fibers, the Priya and Bayakaksimami. So Rami, the Bohemia nivea, these are the plants that most probably you are not aware of, but you can see anywhere where you can go. Okay, so objectives of this particular study. The study aims to quantitatively analyze the behavior of Rami fiber-reinforced concrete for rigid pavement. Take note, we have developed a pavement out of Rami. So the workability, comprehensive strength, split tensile strength, and flexural strength, and also, of course, pavement design slab thickness as compared to the properties of pure concrete pavement, because this is just an alternative on what to mix with the concrete materials. So the methodology that we have used, collections of ramis, the barks, extraction, appropriate measurement, because it has some measurement to be able to be mixed with the fibers, and also, of course, of the strength of the strands of the fibers to be able to measure the flexural, the tensile strength of the pavement materials already. Okay, so this is how we've done the process of the rami collections and the manual extractions of the fibers. And as you can see there, we have debarked the materials. And also, of course, the drying, the desired specimen for testing. This is now the products that we have tested already. And we have already attained a maximum tensile strength and the flexural strength of that particular products. And we can share it with other nations of which plenty of rami can be found in their places. And the results are the following. Workability. And as you can see there, these are the mixture, the 0.3%, 0.2%, 1%, and the 0%. And we have attained when we are taking care of what we called 93.65% of 1%, meaning this lump in materials. So these are the aspects, these are the materials, these are the mixtures that we have used. So most probably, some of you are not familiar with the tensile strength, the compressive strength, as you can see here with the value of the specimen 1, 2, and 3. And we have found out that the tensile strength is 0.1% mixture of the fibers. So this is also one, the comprehensive strength, the tensile strength, and we have found out that the enforced concrete with the design slab thickness of 24 against the 34 of the pure fiber, pure concrete. So as you can see, it is more higher when it comes to the flexural strength of 5.99 against the 4.71. The theoretical flexible strength of 864.90 against the pure concrete of 637.08. And also, of course, the thickness, which is little when it comes to thicker and smaller when it comes to pure concrete is thicker than the reinforced concrete. Reinforced fibers concrete. So 24 against 34. And as you can see, it is smaller when it comes to measurement than the pure concrete, reaching only the theoretical flexural strength of 6.37 against 86.4.90. In the conclusions, all concrete mix for various percentages of fiber as reinforced past the requirements of for workability. And the maximum compressive strength after 28 days of curing standard rami fiber of 1% fiber content of 34.93 megapascal. And also, of course, the maximum value of 2.98 megapascal and 5.99 megapascal for the split, tensile, and flexural stress respectively were attained. It means that the products are possible for commercialization. So the design slab thickness for rigid pavement using water guard method for coil stress is 24 centimeter for rami fibers against 34 centimeters, which is 23% slab thickness. And as a recommendations that the construction industry in the Philippines and even across the world should consider rami as one of the fibers to include in the productions of concrete pavement to minimize wastage and possible decrease the use of artificial fibers as contributory to the global warming. And that will be all. Thank you very much for listening. So I am ready for the questions.
Thank you very much, my dear friend from Philippines. Thank you very much for your wonderful presentations. And definitely at the end of this session, we will definitely have some question answers round. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Namaste, everyone.
Yeah. In your presentation, you have focused on a threefold innovation: research,
Yes.
management, and self-innovation, including the characteristics of the research. Your amazing acronyms are CHICS, Concept, and AWIT. You also told us about the 6 Cs of the effective management through model key of success. So, my dear friend, with your positive views and with your wonderful thoughts, we would like to say thank you very much for joining us here on this global platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much once again for the invitation. And also, of course, for sharing information and knowledge to other people who are aiming to share something for the growth and development of the individuals, and also, of course, of the preservations of our nature. And we can also contribute on our own as individuals. It is not only to those who are experts, but by attending this kind of platform, we can gain information and knowledge for all the expertise coming from those people who are knowledgeable enough. Thank you very much once again for everyone. And I am also willing to entertain some questions if you have some questions in your mind. Thank you once again. God bless us all.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And in the next row, I will...
Just a minute, just a minute. Mr. Catlino,
Yes.
very nice presentation. Thank you very much for the same. And just give me answer to one question only.
Oh, sure.
From where you get the mind to dig out at such acronyms which you have taken for your presentation? Very nice acronyms, as well as the figures which you draw out of those acronyms are really wonderful.
It is based on my experience as a manager and as a practitioner in the field of science and technology. So I, as a researcher as well, and until now that I'm doing a lot of researches, writing a book, writing researches for publication and for sharing for other people, I developed those ideas on how to come up with a possible, attractive, yet promoting information to other people.
Very, very nice, Dr. Catlino. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So, Mani sir, can I continue further?
Yeah, please, please, madam.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, sir. So in this row, we have a very eminent and a global speakers around the world. And the next, I would like to call our next eminent speaker from the land of Oman. And here she is, Ma Luisa Zassa. She is a ETC Staff Training and Development University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Muscat, Oman. So, Ma Luisa, now the virtual stage is yours. Please proceed.
Good morning, Oman. Namaste, India.
Yeah. Greetings from India, dear. Greetings from India. Yeah.
Philippines, magandang hapon po. Europe and all over part of the world. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good afternoon and good evening.
Dear, we would like to know about yourself. So please tell me more about yourself.
As you have mentioned, my name is Maluisa Loke, and my Muslim name is Iman. So I have over 20 years experience working with people in junior, senior, expert, and leadership position in academic sector, locally, nationally, and internationally. And also, I am also a founder of Iman Life Coaching.
Thank you very much for this wonderful introduction, dear. Now, please go ahead with your presentation.
Okay, let me just share my screen. I think I am not
Yes, dear.
co-host.
Yes, dear. We are making you a co-host. Just a minute. Just a minute. Dr. Ravindra Pathak, are you there? Please make her a co-host. Ma Luisa. Dear, please wait a while. Actually, there is some technical issues. We are making a co-host.
That's all right.
Yeah. Yes, dear. We are in a process. Please wait a little bit while. We are in a process.
Madam, you are co-host now. You can share now.
Okay. Thank you. It is with great pleasure to be here with you, all of you, here with all of you today. This pandemic has led to a global crisis with its effect on the industry, possibly heavier than a financial crisis in 2008. The impact of this pandemic has reached every industry in the world, taking a massive hit that led to job terminations and closing of business organizations. Now, let us see what is changed or what are the changes since COVID-19 in industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Numerous business industry shut down when COVID began, and many individuals were laid off. And it is on the grounds that they couldn't change digitally in 2 months. So the first change or that we experience or the industry experience is the 2 years of digital transformation was done in 2 months because of the COVID. Uh, and for those businesses who were able to adapt to the digital changes or digital transformation, uh, they profited by the computerized change. And due to the digital change or digital changes, business industries are forced to automate and record at record speed, and the effect is the unprecedented job market uncertainty, which means when COVID started, people are being replaced by an Autobot, by an automated system. Thus, massive termination are all over the world. Now, you might be wondering what this has to do with my presentation today. I mentioned these changes. It's because it has to do with building a resilient infrastructure, promoting sustainable and industrialization, and fostering innovation, which is about part of the sustainable development goals. As I've mentioned, my name is Maluisa, and I am currently working as a ETC staff development and training coordinator at University of Technology and Science and Applied Sciences in Oman. Also, I have mentioned a while ago that I'm a founder of Iman Life Coaching, and for a living, I help people who are feeling overwhelmed by life's demand. My services aim to introduce clarity and self motivation. I also teach techniques to better manage the emotional stress of everyday life. Today, I'm going to share with you a secret formula in working goal number 9, industry innovation and infrastructure. So let me ask you a few questions. Does having a title in your job define your worth? If you lost your job, does mean you are no longer valuable? Does your job define who you are? Well, a lot of people lost their job because of the pandemic. If you're one of them, maybe you're stuck at home, or maybe the company that you are working with or working at is thinking of laying off some of their staff. And this might be resulted to lack of confidence. This can cause anxiety, which could lead to lack of self-confidence. Or you may have doubts about yourself if you will be able to get a new job. Because nowadays, the job market and the industry are more competitive. So maybe your skills are not competitive enough for the changes that we are having due to the pandemic. Now, to help you cope with anxiety and to help you find a job or new job, I have 3 suggestions. Okay, the first one is you have to know your value. Then when you know your value, you have to believe in it, believe in your value, then share your value. Now, how would you be able to know your value? Okay, there are questions that you have to ask yourself. Okay, the first one is, who are you? Okay, which means you have to identify what is your internal capabilities, your abilities, your internal value, your worth. If a lot of us associates our value to what we do, or what we personally or professionally do, or what is our skills. If I ask you these questions or a question, you might say that I am a manager, I am an academician, I am a professor, I am this, I am that. Well, guess what? I didn't ask for your job title. What I'm asking is, who are you? What is your value? You have to understand that your job title is external to you. When we say value, it is within you. I mean, your value will never leave you. Unlike your job title, once you leave the job, definitely your title is gone. So your value you are brought into this world uh, with the value within yourself. It's like a shadow that follows you without fail. Okay, so nowadays, if you notice, there are available jobs, or I see some people who are working. It is because the job or the position is being created. It is according to their ability and skills. But instead of doing that, because as I've mentioned that this pandemic, we have to be more skilled. I mean, you have to develop not only your technical skills or professional skills, you have to include your soft skills. So instead of ignoring the shadows that within you, or it's in you, why don't you try to acknowledge it and earn from it? Now let me ask you, or you can or try to ask yourself, what value do you bring to industry innovation and infrastructure? Being with your job position right now, you must understand that your value was with you since you were born. Therefore, it doesn't go anywhere. Your job title, okay, your position, whatever your position right now, if because of the pandemic, it can be ripped away with a blink of an eye. But your value is within you. It goes with you. Now, a lot of people are working and accepting a job that is misaligned with their value. What is the end result? Okay, you can see employees or people are stressed. They are complaining they're underpaid. They are telling that they're unproductive. They have this feeling of demotivated. And it will also affect the business organization, where it has a big impact when it comes to building your infrastructure. And it has a big impact when it comes to the industry. Because you as an employee being demotivated, being unproductive, what do you think is the end result or the output of your business organization? Since you are productive, you don't function well. So the ending is you have, or the company has to shut down. So it has a big impact also when it comes to industry. And if you are working with a company or with an organization that does not value your worth, and it is because you agree with it, and you sign the contract, you agree with it, and you are being paid to accomplish work which is something different from your value, then do not complain. It's because you accept that one. Okay? Now you must know and understand your value before accepting any job offer. Now, how do we identify the value? Okay? By you can identify your value by asking two significant questions to anybody, to any kind of conversation, to any job interview. Okay, the first question is, what is important to you? And the second one is, what are your pain points? When So in other words, for you to be able to identify your value, you have to find your IP. IP stands for what I have mentioned, like what is important to you, and what are your P stands for what are your pain points. And also, uh, do not forget also to try and understand the important or what are the importance to your employer, to your organization, as well as their pain points. Okay, for example, if you have a conversation right now, if I ask you what what makes you sleepless at night, so when we say since you are sleepless, it means it's bothering you. Okay, it's your pain point. So being for example, as an employee, okay, when you determine your pain points, you have to work on that pain points, and then you have to really think and prioritize what is important to you. I'm sure most of the doctors here and the deans and all those professionals here attended the job interview. And what have you noticed when you ask the job seeker? That, you know, and what you can hear from them when you ask, "Who are you?" You will often oftentimes you will hear them like, "I am a hard worker. I'm a team player. I'm a dedicated." Wherein you don't wherein as a job seeker, you don't know exactly what is the IPs, or what are the important for the job seeker, and for the what are their pain points. So when you are attending or conducting any job interviews, you have to avoid selling your value to any, or selling yourself to any of employers that you don't know their IPs, or the yeah, what are the importance to them and their pain points. Now you have to remember that the only reason that you are being hired, it is because uh, you have to solve their one of their pain points. When you identify and understand your value, sell your value, not your uh, technical skills, not your hard skills, not your professional skills. It's because as you can see around, as you can see what's going on around the world, jobs were taken away from people in the blink of an eye. So understanding your value stays with you forever. Your value is the solitary, steady things in your life, which is very crucial in this chaotic time. Okay. Now let's check, or let's find out what are the trends that are happening all over the world. Okay. The first one is more diversification, new jobs in multiple industries, more automation to help business transform, and also more remote jobs. Now, with all these trends happening in India, in Oman, in Philippines, in Europe, in Canada, in US, all over the world, you have to do something. And what you have to do, or what to do on that one? Okay, it has 3 steps. The first one is educate your employer about your value. You know your value already, okay? You have to believe in it. And then when you believe on your value, you have to share it. When we say share it, you have to tell your employer, to your colleague, what is your value? What can you bring to the, what is your worth to the business organization? What is your worth to this industry? What is your worth to innovate? And what is your worth uh, to have this strong infrastructure? And then next step is you have to collaborate with someone. Okay, hold on. And then after collaborating with someone about your IPs, and always do your IPs. That's the last step. Do not forget the only way to attract and to make more money is to create your value, and that will pay for it. If your value is to create more money, okay, concentrate and focus on understanding and identifying what is your IP. And then once you identify your IP, you create your own value, and that value itself will pay for you. And for those of you who are working and looking for a raise, ask yourself, what additional value have I provided? And if you don't, or if you cannot articulate on that, do not expect much in return. Always remember that the best way to provide more value with yourself, with your colleague, and with your employer, and with the industry, you have to know what is your IP. You have to know what is somebody else's IP. You have to know what is your employer's IP. Again, IP stands for, I stands for what is important to you, and P stands for what are your pain points. And once you know and understand your value, you have to package it. You have to make your brand a personal brand that will really, really amaze other people, that will really serve other people. And then finally, share your value. To summarize with, you have to know and understand your value to build a resilient infrastructure to promote sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear friend from the Oman. Thank you very much. In
Thank
your
you so much.
presentation, yeah, in your presentation, you have talked about the what has changed since COVID-19 in industry, innovation, and infrastructure. You also talked about that we have to know our values. We have to identify our values. And you also told about the educate your employer, which is a very crucial and important thing. And you also told about the importance of the collaborations. So, my
Yeah.
dear friend, agreed with your thoughts. I would like to inform here to all our participants and all our guest speakers that for this Global Peace and Sustainable Development Summit, we have collaborated with the national and international organizations, and the number is approximately 35 institutes, universities, and NGOs. So I agreed with your point that the collaboration do very well, and collaboration is a very necessary for all of us. Thank you very much, my dear friend, for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Now in the next row, I would like to introduce our next speaker. So our next speaker is Christiana Schall. She is a Master of Mechanical Engineering and professor and as advisor. And one thing I would like to hear mention about the Christiana is that from the April 1st, she has been there and she is doing a wonderful and a great efforts to make this summit a grand success. So, Christiana, welcome. And we are very much happy to see you here. And we are means eagerly waiting for your presentation. So now the stage is yours, Christiana.
Thank you. Thank you all, and welcome to all participate in this great meeting. My name is Christina Schall, and I'm the mechanical engineer and professor advisor from Croatia, Zagreb. I'm also coach of Power Fast Reading and Effective Learning, where people with dyslexia can read with joy. Also teach art anti-stress therapy, fractal drawing in this COVID lockdown with my students and people who is interested. And I will thank you, Dr. Supriya Parwati and Mr. Rupam, for opportunity to speak on Global Peace Sustainable Development Summit 2029 about goals, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Can I share my screen?
Yes, Christiana, you are a co-host.
Okay. Do you see?
Yes, it is visible. Please
Okay.
make the slideshow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, here
Yes.
is the slideshow. Thank you very much.
As I say, I'm master the mechanical engineer and professor advisor. And Iman said my value is the teacher and the mother. And I finish. My goal is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. And I finished mechanical engineering in Zagreb. I work in mechanical technical school Faust Vrancic with my students, about 600. I have from these 600, I have 300 boys, a small impact of girls. There was maybe 5% of girls are there. And according to words, it's small step for men and big one for humanity of Neil Armstrong. My work with students is based on case study, teamwork, cooperation on innovation with makers outside school, fieldwork in production workshops, as you see on the picture. My mission is learn, relearn, and enrich knowledge each minute, educate others. The goal, industry, innovation, and infrastructure is build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. This detailed description I will target and reflect, on the target will reflect on the end. And, okay.
Yeah, sorry for this disturbance.
Okay. Former mass-based production was one-way customer, but now today's customer production in two-way created with the design thinking according to customer requirements and supported by Industria 4.0. Industria 4.0 is connection of ICT with common physical production and process, which enables the development of the new markets and business models, smart products, virtual products, global factory, supported operation, and social media. As yesterday's speakers pointed out, it's not possible to separate the industry from other goals. Every branch of industry is connected with innovations and infrastructures with all goals from 1 to 17. With no industry, we have poverty, we have hunger, poor health and well-being. We don't have education if we don't have some industry. We build gender inequality, and etc. As you see, the automobile and transport industry impact, chemical and pharmaceutical impact, food industry and agriculture. We have mining, oil, and water industry and recycle water. We have electronics and IT industry. But one is the most interesting. In past, the development and the textile industry stimulated the first industrial revolution and changed the way of teaching of manufacturing occupations. And today, Industry 4.0 is influence changes the educational revolution, which has been talked about in the previous days by exceptional speakers. Goal 4. Every form of industry make waste and then affects on environment and humans. That is why we create standards and rules of responsible behavior. Goal 8. As said Deepa Chaudhary, when we plan to use renewable green energy, Goal 7, we must educate ourselves on how to dispose of, separate, and recycle. We need to know that all solar models contain toxic substances, and then that we already have solar field cemeteries around the world. Blade windmills release dangerous nanoparticles of epoxy resin and carbide fibers that pollute the air, water, soil, and biological system. There is still no solution for safe and quality care. New green degradable materials need to be developed. Because of that, I need, before speaker Catalina Mendoza, to search what is the technical characteristic of, wait a minute, ramia and epoxy. When Muhammad Ali pointed the industrial safety at the first place. With the development of electronic, micro, and nano components, technological process is exponential. But how much electronic waste with hazardous, heavy, and toxic materials have we created so far? We need cleaner, sustainable industry. We have one Croatian factory, Rimac, hypercar technology production. Mate Rimac developed the concept one at the age 25. He presented the fastest electrical car at the Geneva International Motor Show 2060. Today, he has a factory of 1,000 employees from all over the world, 35 countries. Over 80% of the parts hypercar technology had been created by themselves through the innovation in small factory in small country Croatia. And in last year, 2020, he hired 135 new employees. The most important facts on interview in this factory is value, as said Iman. We have fostered innovation. In year 1936, a Phillips screwdriver was patented for faster manual assembly in Ford automotive auto industry. In year 1961, a Lego cube was patented for easier, faster, and firmer assembly. Today, we have do-it-yourself kits assembly, electronics, and programming. 18 years old, Albert Gajšak from Croatia made first Kickstarter with $100,000, and with 20 years old, he made circuit mass factory and employs 15 young innovators. Mate Rimac is 32 years old today, and Albert Gajšak is 22. I will show now one, wait a minute, video. Do you hear and see?
Video is not there.
Do you see the video? Hello?
Not the video.
Okay, I will share, new share. Okay. Yes. Okay.
I would say the best part for me working at Rimats is just the people. We have people from all over the world, and everyone has the same passion and the same drive to just build an awesome car and make sure the customer receives the best car. And it's fun, exciting, and challenging at the same time. And this is an environment I very much enjoy.
Do you see now, Dr. Sanil?
Yeah, it's there.
Okay, thank you.
I've been here for almost 6 years. I can tell you Rimac is in quite competitive markets, and for that, every day is a challenge. We as engineers, we are also trying to give our best and trying to be the best, and always punching above our weight. This is the in-house company, so everything is made in here by the people around me and myself. It's nice knowing that the part of us and part of me is in that car that will be driven all around the world, and it's a privilege.
It's amazing to be surrounded with so much motivation, passion, with so many talented people doing their dream jobs each day. I love the fact that we are offering this one-of-a-kind opportunity inside Canada, and I'm sure what we have, no one has.
What I like the most about working for Rimac Automobili is the ability to bring my dog to work. This is Mr. Spock, and he is happiness control junior manager here, and he's doing an amazing job. The motivation is always up there because there's always something to do. I don't come to a job any day and just think, oh, okay, what will I do now? There's always something to do, and it's really nice. For me, I guess the favorite part would be internal educations, just because we are a very vertically integrated company and we have a wide spread of knowledge in the company, and it's really beneficial to have the ability to learn something that's maybe not in my area, but maybe a similar, and then find a way to implement that or to better understand the customer to implement that into our project.
I'll never forget the days when I used to go around the exhibitions, handing out brochures and flyers about who we are, explaining to people that we're a small company in Croatia and that we're have big dreams, and then fast forward a few years later to actually be in a position where we're dealing with the likes of Hyundai, Porsche, and many OEMs, and it's not a back 3-4 years. I think where we were, where we are today, I just can't believe it.
One of the things I like the most about Rimac is the diversity. We have people from different countries, different cultures working together with a common goal. And for me personally, I love doing hypercars. That's why I joined the company, and it's a great country. Most important thing for sure is to see the project that we're working on. In most of the cases, car that we're working on road and track, and that's the best thing about it. It's interesting also when you are here around the company, then you meet Market and Concept One or C2 here around the company, and he always calls you, come in, go for a ride with me, and he really likes to drive like crazy man.
One of the cool things of working here in Rimac is that the company is quite well regarded around the country. So when people ask you what do you do here, and they find out that you're working for Rimac, their approach changes a little bit with you. Their interaction is a bit more respectful, maybe, which is a cool perk to have. Somehow it gives you status here in Croatia.
The advantage of having a lot of things covered with in-house production is that you're really flexible in the design. You can do everything in-house, from the CAD file to developing tools, also producing these tools, producing the actual parts, and then installing them into the final product. That's something that is really, really unique and gives us an additional edge.
I'm in this company for almost 10 years now, and I had the opportunity to meet a lot of interesting people. Currently, we are working on one of the most important projects for us, and they are making a big difference in the automotive industry.
It's the biggest monochrome ever made in automotive industry. Actually, it is the biggest carbon fiber part ever made in automotive industry. So we are going through a completely never crossed sea. We are doing for the first time. Here in Rimac, we have a really, I would say, easygoing environment for work. We work together all the time. You see that even the dressing code is not so steep as usual in other companies.
What I like about working at Freemans professionally, every day is different. So there's a lot of tasks in front of us. Every day we need to find new solutions, maybe think in a different way in order to find and to reach the goals we want to reach, especially because a lot of stuff we are doing from scratch. So we need to definitely think out the box.
Freemans is all about building and creating. At the same time, we are building up a company from a garage to now over 700 people. Amazing products that are intended to push the bar and to raise the limits of what's possible and what can be achieved technologically. We are creating a team that can develop and use things that have been unimaginable here in Croatia just 10 years ago. So we are building up the expertise in the whole industry in the country that didn't have this kind of industry before. And a million other things that have to fall in place to enable us to do what we are doing and what we intend to do. And you can see all of that happening at the same time in the same place. And just the variety of things happening from the technical aspect, for example, developing the carbon fiber monocoque, which is the biggest and stiffest one in the world, the highest performance batteries in the world, aerodynamics, electronics, infotainment, all of that happening at the same place at the same time. And you can learn so much. So that's just from the technological aspect, but also all the other things that are happening at the same time to enable us to do what we are doing. All the processes, organization, the soft things like how the people interact with each other. And it's all about creating the best possible company, work environment, products. So we are really all here breathing as one, working as one to make the best possible thing. By definition, the company is about making money for its shareholders. For us, that's also, one of the aspects, but we are all about the product, driven by curiosity to push the limits and to see what's next and to get there. And what's also important is it's not just about nice, shiny things. To realize something like this, it's a long-term game. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And people who are here are in for the long run, and we have to push it all the way until the end.
Thank you. And I'm not finished, but I want to share. Wait a minute. Okay. Do you see my presentation now? Hello, Dr. Sunil Somani.
Yeah, it's
Okay. I will point it here that my 20 ex-students work in this factory. Each year I came there and I going on my practice to learn something new of machining, in mechanical engineer there, because each day, each week they build something new. So they found something new, and that is so exciting going there for my students and me too. And now I will show the other innovator. Wait a minute. New share. Yes.
Technology has become an integral part of our lives, but just a small amount of people on the planet actually have the tools, access, or knowledge to create new technology. We're here to change that with Circuit Mess Sandbox. Every 3 months, we get a brand new sandbox with a unique project based around a certain topic. Autonomous driving, sound synthesis, voice recognition, wireless communication, gaming, and machine learning. These are just some of the topics you'll learn about with Sandbox. Our set of fun electronic kits will help you understand the basics of different technologies everybody's talking about, and join the club of technology wizards, also known as engineers. Hi, my name is Albert. In 2017, I've started Circuit Mist with a campaign for Maker Bueno, an educational game console. In 2018, we launched our second product called Maker Film, a DIY mobile film. Since then, we've sold over 15,000 devices to customers all around the world and figured out that they want to learn even more. That's why we decided to create Sandbox, a product that will let you play with technology like Elon Musk. The first project you'll get is called Spencer, and it's a DIY voice assistant, kind of like Amazon Alexa. Spencer. He's a small box that can talk, smile, listen, understand, connect to the internet, and do something smart. The cool part is that you get to assemble Spencer yourself. You'll learn about voice recognition, Internet of Things, and AI. But Spencer is just the beginning. Every 3 months, you'll get a wonderful new product delivered at your doorstep, like JD, a DJ mix table that will teach you how sound synthesis works. Wilson, a DIY robot car that will show you how autonomous vehicles work. Byte Boy, a build-it-yourself game console that will explain what video game engineering is. A pair of chatters, our unique messaging devices that will teach you about wireless communication. Clockstar, a machine learning powered smartwatch, and other equally cool projects. Every STEM box includes a set of custom-made electronics, a quick start booklet, and additional code and learning resources online. Each project you'll get was carefully and thoughtfully developed for the STEM box. All the cool kids are learning by doing. But you don't have to be a child to have fun with STEM box. If you want to be one of those uncles with the coolest gifts, we've got you covered. Send STEM box as a gift to that special someone, and they'll get something smart to do every 3 months. We spent more than 1,000 hours of research, development, and testing for every fun project you'll get in your STEM box. For the past year, we worked on this idea and all the fun hardware and software you'll get in your STEM box. And we need your help to mass produce the devices, finish the job, and get the word out there. Technology is the future, and we think everybody should understand it. Help us build the future together.
Okay, thank you. I'm coming back, sorry. And I'm here. Do you hear me? Do you see me?
Yes, Christiana, you are
Okay.
visible and proper audible.
Okay, thank you. And what is the point of Albert Gaishak? Albert Gaishak is the young boy we meet before 4 years, and each year my students go to him to help to assembling these boxes and prepare for mailing around the globe. And wait a minute, yes, I think. Yes, I'm so exciting, sorry, because yes, we still have very extremely pollution, distribution, infrastructure, energy, materials, and informations. And the recent incident, that is the pollution, and the recent incident in Suez Canal, where the passage takes 12 hours and costs each ship $400,000, has caused everyone extraordinary, unexpected cost and numerous business downtime. Already, the new forms of distribution and infrastructure are slowly being developed by with help with Industry 4.0, and if you want, I can read, because that is not so important. Wait a minute. Industry 4.0, augmented reality, system integration, cloud computing, big data, Internet of Things, 3D printing, cybersecurity, anonymous robots, simulation. I was pointed that Rimac now they developed it now autonomic car. That is his vision for now. And in Kenya, you see a lot of startups from last 5 years. They developed and they research and they search green sustainable industry and innovations. This young man from Czech Republic, Josef Prusa, developed a RepRap 3D printer with 17 years old of waste of material and left all models as open sources in order for everyone to have the possibility of working with 3D printers, provide quick feedback on problems and possible improvements. Today, he has a company with 500 employees, and he has 33 years old. Do you see? Now he have 4 models of 3D printers. Yes, I will show his funny video. Wait a minute. Okay.
Hi, my name is Joe Prusa. I'm the creator of Prusa i3. In this first video in series of 3, I will showcase the new Mark III. In this video, I will help you with the first print of your freshly assembled printer. I hope you follow the manual, especially the chapter 9. Please let's check.
Wait a minute, I want to share some shorter and funnier.
Christiana, please unmute yourself. Christiana, please unmute yourself.
Thank you. I will back to my presentation and here. Just a minute with the cursor or something. Okay.
Meet the original Purusha multi-material upgrade 2.0, our unique solution which lets you print.
Sorry. And this one. Sorry. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. Yes. Can you see now? Hello, do you see my presentation?
Yes, yes, dear.
Okay, thank you. And this is the Purusha. He now is the 32 years, and we cooperated with him. And when we heard about goal 4, it was highlighted the importance of equality versus education equity. And he made the difference of education because he made open source of these 3D printers, and he challenged each people in the world to improve that first model. And my students are educators for public or other students, peer-to-peer share knowledge and skills. As you see on this picture, we represent new technologies meet hand manufacturing. We present 3D printing, vacuum forming, we made lectures, we made workshops, and you see here the girl was on the first workshop at 8 years old. Then she fell in love to soldering with Albert Geischer. Then she made the first Maker Buino, the play console, yes, something like this. And after that, she goes to lots of fairs, conference, and workshops. She learned. She built. She built soft skills and enriched the manufacturing skills. Today, she assembling the 3D printers, and she lead the workshops and teach others. This is where you see my student in the white shirt show how it's made the vacuum forming for upcycling materials, and show in one primary school. The other picture, you see my girl students, she show how something produce, wait a minute. Yes, how to produce this wider of electronics. Do you see here, my students learn how to work with clay. That is very important because the texture and the hand working is most important for our head. Here you see a lot of children, they are waiting and they helping to prepare vinyl cutter and transparent folia to textiles. We made all these workshops, around 300 in all Europe, from Prague to Dubrovnik, from Trieste to Zrenjanin, all Balkan. We travel and show all this manufacturing to these children and public. And here you see what is the interest everywhere. It's a lot of interest of young people. Next, wait a minute. You see here the workshop about process from idea to products. Kids are here working in CAD program to design model for future soap. You see the drawing and you see the printed model here. And after 1 hour, they create 3D model with 3D printer. This is the black one. With that model made at molds on upcycling vacuum forming machine. Why is upcycling? Here in the up is the heater from ovener, and here down is the motor from vacuum cleaning in household. And my students here, he made in father's factory, made this upcycling vacuum machine, and that is also teach how to use old waste and made some useful machine. And we cut the base soap, which we buy, fill with ethereal oil and food color, and prepare soap for the children. That soap kit can take home for free. Each products they participant take home for free. Our workshops are volunteering and free. Do you see? Is that innovations? Maybe upcycling manufacturing, reuse infrastructure. This is one way to learn, relearn, and power knowledge, skills, and others. No, do you see this surprise on these boys in blue shirts here? That surprise can be paid with money. Only share the knowledge and the skills. We started in kindergarten. This is preschoolers in Osijek. We came there for half hour and stayed 2 hours because they're very interested in that new technologies. We started when my students first wanted to make 3D printer in the box of beer before 4 years, now 4 years. But we went in other way. Revolution of education. We made didactic materials for mathematics here. You see the algebra formula, and with 3D printing you can visualization the parts of formula. We made with Braille. This is not with Braille, but we made with Braille for the blind and visually impaired people. My students also made a music box for autistic people with Makey platform as a simpler Arduino. And upcycling, we made upcycling machine. You see here up from ladder of your desk, it's the box, and you see the wire from heater owner. And if you don't have machine, you have a regular vacuum cleaner and made a vacuum for this mold here in plastic. And sorry, no, do you, sorry. Okay, you see here on laser engraving the tools which the modeling the clay. After modeling and after drying and baking in industry oven, we made medals, personal medals, souvenirs and magnets and ceramic tiles. Everywhere we teach pair-to-pair, children to children, how to manipulate with different materials and how to make some products. We made 800 these horses, Trojan horses, with workshops and the story, and we have evocate drama. We connected everything, the pictures, the exhibitions, the drama parts, and the manufacturing, etc. Because of this, we love to search innovative people. Wait a minute. The young innovator Albert Geishak, before 4 years, learned pupil the new soldering skills. Then after 4 years, the young entrepreneur make products for her new workshops. And do you see inclusive domestic products? This is the target of the goal, industry, innovation in infrastructure. Increase the access of small-scale industrial. Upgrade infrastructure. Encouraging innovation. support domestic technology development, research and innovation in developing countries. And for the last few words, just you see the first Kickstarter of Albert Gaishak was $100,000 in 18 years old. Second Kickstarter earned $300,000 to $24,000 and in 19 years old. The last one is the excellent. In the first lockdown, he started the third Kickstarter, and he earned $400,000 in 21 years old. That is innovation, that is small industry, and that upgrade infrastructure. And I will, for last, I will ask, please, can you all fill these forms for me to evaluate my lecture according to your form evaluation? Because my Ministry of Education evaluated my lecture. Thank you for Phil. And the last one, we met the young entrepreneur Josef Prusa in Prague in Makers Fair. And I would recommend the following these three books. The first one is 86% Solution, the market opportunity of the 21st century. And please, all of you read the digital demands with what is the sorry, results of IT technologies of our kids and to us. And in last book, History of Humankind Sapiens, you will learn about lot of industry, innovations, and infrastructures. And now I will share in the chat. Wait a minute. I will share in the chat that the forms. I will ask all of you, please, can you fill 4 questions for me, because my ministry evaluated this lecture. Thank you.
Thank you, Christiana. And please put the link of form on a chat box.
Yes,
and definitely whoever want the fill up the form, so definitely they they will go ahead. Yeah, thank you, Christiana.
Thank you.
Your presentation, in your presentation, you focused about the fourth industrial revolution. You also interlinked the goal 6 and the goal 9. The goal 6 was clean and affordable energy, and the goal 9 is innovation and infrastructure. So you have beautifully interlinked both goals. You also talked about, and you have introduced us about the STEM box. You also talked about making the future exciting with the resilient infrastructure. And with your video presentations, we have learned that it is very necessary to learn, relearn, and empower knowledge and skills. So thank you very much, Christiana, for joining us. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Christiana. Now, in the row.
Sorry, I put the wrong one. Can you delete these forms? This is not my forms. Can you delete from the chat?
Yeah, no issue with that. I am talking the technical team. They will definitely delete. Okay, please put Yeah, please put the right link, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay. So, so moving ahead, I would like to call our next eminent speaker. Yes, and our next eminent guest speaker is Professor Dr. Beatriz Lucia from the land of Brazil. She is from University Center FECWEST. So Beatriz, are you there?
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello. How are you? Yeah. Here your presentation is visible.
It's visible?
Yeah, it's visible. It's visible.
It's an honor to participate in this meeting, in this conference again, in the Global Peace and Sustainable Development Summit 2021. Today, I'm going to talk about management leave based on the digital revolution and green technologies. New sustainability paradigms. Sustainability or justice. Human needs can be only met if environmental and development are carried out together. Both evoke similar feelings. Sustainability seems more distant than justice, as many societies today can be described as fair. However, no society is sustainable, deeply rooted in the waste of production and consumption in order to understand its unsustainable character. Sustainable development. Considering that the environment economy relationship is fundamental for sustainable development and the capacity of the environment cannot be committed, then the economy must ensure the capacity of the environment as well as the needs. As it is known that human beings, both in the past and in the future, will depend on basic environmental conditions, which constitute the capacity of the environment to satisfy human needs today and in the future. Development or economic growth. The society has been growing in a way that disregards natural resources, and yes, considering just economic interests. It is the capitalist society in search of quality of life based on exacerbated consumption. Green economy. The greening of economies is not an obstacle to growth, but a new growth mechanism. However, the transition to the green economy can vary considerably from one nation to another, as it depends on the specificities of human and natural capital in which countries and on its relative level of development. UNEP 2011. Scheduled obsolescence, exacerbate consumption and depletion of natural sources. The idea of reducing product usage time first appeared in 1925, formed by the main lamp manufacturers in Europe and in the United States, decided to reduce their lamp life from 2,500 to 1,000 hours. Green economy. The green economy is about monetizing natural resources. Green economy aspects. Green economy values and invests in natural capital, using the planet's resources in a sustainable way, without risks to species and ecosystems, but also without impeding the advancement of business and well-being. Good examples are the green buildings, adapted not to interfere with nature, with green curtains, space for sunlight. They use rainwater to water plants, garden cleaning, and common areas. Technological election, a new, much broader industrial revolution. Its impacts. This is the time to decide whether to make the age of accelerations an opportunity or not. This is the moment, the tipping point. What will be the social impacts? What will be the economic impacts? What will be the environmental impacts? Think about it. What is the correct destination for electronic waste? Stressing that technology cannot be disassociated from sustainable development. Learning. The world is being drastically reshaped. There are negative aspects. There is indeed a mismatch between the change in the pace of change and our ability to develop learning systems. And there are the positive aspects, like such changes such as technological, geographical changes were driven by the society itself. Uncomfortably, we ended up adaptability. Technology has humanizing to the hill experiences and achieve better responsibilities, treatments, and diagnosis. Today, we are facing an economic model that totally disregards planetary limits. This growing search for consumer goods, uncontrolled use of technologies, which has led planet Earth to react to this global economy with environmental shocks. Technological factors are also fundamental. They were important for the entire process of the Industrial Revolution. Technological factor was found fundamental to sustain the new sustainability paradigm, whereas all the industrial revolutions were based on technological developments. This new revolution will provide new products and services that increase efficiency. An example is the technologies that instrumentalized the sharing economy, such as applications that make our lives much easier and more productive, like this moment of communication, webinar. These platforms provide entirely new ways of consuming goods and services. Then we move on to the data of the research carried out with institutions and higher education in Brazil. Research carried out in Brazil with higher education in order to know the level of management based on the digital revolution and green technologies. Justification. The present study was carried out due to due to the following concern. Understand the level and of ecological information, technology, and practices adopted by the human race educational institutions in Brazil. The survey carried out included 127 respondents with regard to gender, and it was possible to identify the respondents were female, while 45.7% were male. As for the profession, 37.8% of the respondents are the company's decisions markers, and 44.1% declared to be a teacher. With respect to age, 32 to 25 years old, 50%.2 from 26 to 35 years old, 20.8% from 36 to 45, from 45 to 55 years old, 22% and over. As for the time of existence of the educational institution that works or studies, the respondents and they exist for more than 10 years and 23.6% exist for less than 10 years. Reliability analysis of the data collection instruments. Reliability measure, crankbatch alpha, just 0.82. Thus,
hello, ma'am. Please unmute yourself. Hello, Madam Batteries. Please unmute yourself.
Technology. Factor 1. Education in sustainable management and organizational changes. Factor 2. Organization of the company for innovation. Factor 3. Technological knowledge. Factor 4. Human resources. Thus, it is observed that of the total variation explained by the 5 factors, factor 1 explains 16.355 of the total variation. Factor 2 explains 13,206.
Hello, ma'am. Are you there? Is there any problem? Christiana, please help her. Please coordinate her.
To call the I don't see her anymore.
Yeah. Even
I don't see.
Even I'm not seeing her. Yeah.
She must come in room again.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you
wait
1 minute?
Yeah. We can wait.
Okay.
I think there is some kind of electricity issue because she has left the meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want, I can feel to show this STEM box if they want to see.
Wow, this is your STEM box. Wow, that's very good.
This is the STEM box here, and this is the everything you see, and each part's in here like this cover.
Okay.
Like opening, and that is very exciting. And now now I was very exciting because that is all my friends. And you see the books, they have the books here, and here you see that is a play console to put they can assembling, programming, and electronics made together and learn. And the last
That's
one,
very good. That's very good.
yes.
Yeah, I think there is some critical issue with the batteries, and I think she is not going to attend anymore.
Okay,
So
you can further order. Yes.
yeah, yes. So in the next row, I would like to call our next eminent speaker, and our next eminent speaker is from the Research Foundation of India, Miss R. Renuka. She is a empaneled expert in Start Core Technologies. So, Miss R. Renuka, are you there? Miss R. Renuka, are you there?
Ma'am, it will take 5 minutes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Yes.
You can call the next speaker, then I'll be ready.
Okay. So I'm calling the other guest speakers, the other keynote speakers from the Research Foundation of India. So the next keynote speaker is Dr. Urvashi Patadhi, the career and guidance counselor and a life coach freelancer. Dr. Urvashi Patadhi, are you there? Dr. Urvashi? Yeah, I think she is also have a network issues. So here is Assistant Professor Nikita Sharma, our next keynote speaker. She is from IPS Academy, Indore. Miss Nikita Sharma, are you there? Yeah, I think she is also not here. Dr. Ajay Jain?
Her name is there, but
yeah. Dr. Ajay Jain, please coordinate with the team members of the RFI. Dr. Ajay Jain, are you there?
yes, Nikita. Yes, Supriya ma'am.
Yes, sir. So, sir, please prepare your team members for joining.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Message to us.
So, in between these technical glitches, we are continuing, and I hope so far we are doing very well and very great thoughts about the Sustainable Development Goal 9. And we had a wonderful presentations from the Croatia, from Brazil, and from the Philippines.
And Oman. Maluisa Hasaluke.
Yes. From the Oman also, yes. The most theoretical and informative presentation from the Oman also, right? And actually our keynote speakers are facing some kind of technical glitches. So yes, definitely they will back soon. Dr. Parul Sharda, are you there? Dr. Parul Sharda? HOD Management.
Yes.
From the Indore Management Institute and Research Center. Dr. Parul Sharda, are you there? Yeah,
he was now.
Supriya ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Please continue to other speakers from all over the world. I contact all speakers from RFI. Yes, soon as.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, actually, there is a problem with the speakers from the RFI. Yes, we have a Nikita Sharma, ma'am. Nikita Sharma.
Yes.
Yes. So can you continue with the Nikita Sharma, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So Nikita, ma'am, please introduce yourself because we want to know about yourself, ma'am. Please
Yes, ma'am.
continue, Nikita.
Good,
Yeah, now the
good,
stage is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, all dignitaries present here and the speakers. I'm Nikita Sharma, Assistant Professor at School of Computers, IPS Academy, Indore, and Vice President of Indore Chapter, Research and Innovation Wing, Research Foundation of India. First of all, I would like to say thanks to BT Gossip and Research Foundation of India for providing all of us this opportunity of learning and sharing. Till now, in Sustainable Summit 2021, we have seen go from goal 1 to goal 8. And today we are here for goal 9. So I am presenting my presentation here without wasting time. Ma'am, could you please permit me?
Ma'am, you are a co-host.
Okay, ma'am. So my today's topic is industry, infrastructure and foster innovation. In my presentation, at last, I will move towards the IT industry particularly. So, but before moving ahead, I would like to summarize this SDGs. This SDGs was set up by UN in 2015, and the mission to achieve these SDGs by 2030. There are across 193 countries over there for this SDGs. And today we are all discussing goal 9. After seeing this goal 17, these 17 goals, we can easily consider that there are three basic pillars of these 17 goals, that are economy, society, and environment. And my today's topic, that is infrastructure, industry, and innovation, belongs to the economic category. So, if we talk about the industry, infrastructure, and innovation, then I think we should learn about them separately. That is industry, separately about the infrastructure, and separately about the innovation. So let's move ahead. What is industry? An industry may be a company or set of companies. They can work for a specific purpose. They may have certain objective. They can develop any project. They can provide us any type of services. There are two types of industry. That may be organized and unorganized industry. Organized industries are something like that have certain types of rules. They have to follow some strict rules. And unorganized industries are like they have no rules. Like if a person has its own small business, then that can comes under the category of unorganized industry. Now moving towards the innovation. Innovation may be something new idea, new thoughts, new products, something new that can innovate, that can renovate our product, our way of working. The infrastructure are the some basic things that we need for our working. Whatever work we are doing, for that we need some basic things. That basic things are the infrastructure. If we talk about the infrastructure, then there may be two types of infrastructure. The first is hard and second one is the soft. The hard infrastructure consists physical things that we need for the working. It may be anything in the company. It may be system, it may be chair, it may be table, it may be AC, it may be fan, anything that provide us comfortability for our working, basic thing that comes under the hard infrastructure. And the soft infrastructure is like the services that we need for our working, the basic services that we need, that is the soft infrastructure. Now, the infrastructure for all, as we all know that a person can do well in his professional life if he will be happy in his basic personal life. So for the person's basic living, there should be some basic infrastructure also there, like the roads, the airports, ports, water, electricity, social, healthcare, education, railway, energy. If the person will have this basic infrastructure for his living style, then definitely the person can do well in his professional life, in his company life. He can innovate the companies if the infrastructure will be good of the organization as well as the organization of his basic living. Now, in this slide, I will explain the relation between the industry, infrastructure, and innovation. So, if an industry will have a well-maintained infrastructure, then definitely the employee will gives the innovative ideas. The employees will be innovative. They will do innovative things. This is the relation between the industrialization and economy. So industrialization, it means industry, infrastructure, and the economy directly affects the industry, infrastructure, and innovation. If the three things will be good, then definitely the output of the industry, the output of the company will also be very good, and the economy will grow. Now I will shifting towards the IT, particularly IT industry. As we are seeing here, information technology and communication technology are here. Communication technology is used by almost every industry. It may be IT, it may be commercial, it may be non-commercial, any type of industry to use communication technology because they need a communication way to all around the world. So this is the communication technology. But when we talk about information technology, then information technology is used by IT companies for providing the services like Facebook, Gmail, WhatsApp, Instagram, or any of the project, software, or the product. Behind this, there are lots of technologies there. These are some technologies in these sites that are used by the IT companies, IT industries, and these are the some of the industries. These are not all. I haven't covered all the technologies. So these are the some of the technologies that are used by the IT companies, and there are so many innovations are doing with these technologies. There are now day to day there are so many versions are available of these technologies. Like DBMS is the database management system that is that relates with the large amount of data, interrelated data. If we are working with interrelated data, then we use this type of technology. And we will in the next slide we will give I will give the example of all these technologies. The programming languages are the basic thing if you want to execute any of the thing, and if you want to do particular thing, then we have to write a code for that particular certain thing, and that code is written into the programming language. C, C++, Java, Pascal, COBOL, Fortran are the example of programming languages. Data analytics is also most demanding technology by which the analytics tracks our searches, and on the basis of our cookies, on the basis of history, on the basis of our searches, they provide us our desired data. The example will be in the next slide. The software engineering is also most important technology used in IT industry. Whenever whenever industry is developing any software or any application or any project, then the software company will have to follow some steps. There are several testers and designer, developer, Q engineer works over there, and they follow some particular steps to provide us a particular software or application. Parallel computing is also a new technology used nowadays, and we can see that every modern computer is a parallel computer because there are lots of processors there, and number of processors can do fast work. They can execute the processes parallelly. So this is the parallel computing. Cloud computing seems like we see the clouds in the sky. In same term, we can create our virtual cloud for storing our data. This is the cloud computing technology. IT company can also work with AI, IoT, VR, and AR. AI is artificial intelligence, IoT is Internet of Things, VR is virtual reality, and AR is augmented reality. In artificial intelligence, the company makes a machine or makes any type of robots by which we can put any artificial in any type of intelligence, that is artificial intelligence over there. So machine didn't wait for our instruction. The machine can do the work according to its intelligence, that is artificial intelligence. IoT is also very popular in terms of internet. If we talk about VR and AR, then virtual reality. In virtual reality, we just go inside the virtual world. This is the technology by which we can see the virtual world around us, and we can easily feel that we are the part of that virtual world. We can see that virtual world by 360 degree. And AR is the augmented reality by which we didn't go into the virtual world. In fact, the virtual world, virtual thing comes into the real world. So this is the some technologies, and in our in our IT companies, and IT companies also uses another technologies also there that I haven't mentioned in my slide. And at last, the research and innovation is the key point for any of the company. They are doing research over the technologies, they are doing research over the demand of the product, and definitely at last the innovative ideas they gives to all of us, by which we can take benefit of the services and the product. Now, the examples of the technologies that I have discussed in the previous slide. So the services like online transaction, we do the transaction daily. We just send the amount or we receive the amount. We do transactions. So this is the example of database. Online shopping is also, we always purchase something from Amazon, Mantra or Flipkart. So this is the example of online shopping. And behind these slides, there are lots of codes are written. There are certain type of parallel processing, there are cloud computing, there are a large amount of database that is maintained by DBMS. Everything is there. Data analytics is also there. Virtual tree, virtual lab is done by VR technology. Online sharing of files, messages, and photos. These all can cover WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Gmail services. As we are using Zoom, so it is also an example of services that are provided by IT companies. And by this type of services, it is being easy us to join anytime. We can conduct meeting, we can conduct the classes of our students. So it is very beneficial for all of us. And if we talk about the software, so bank use software, hospitals use software, reservation like airline reservation, hotel reservation, booking system, academics, retailers are the example of software. And these services and softwares are given by the IT companies. They are developing this type of services and softwares. And according to goal 9, up to 2030, we are hoping that we will get advanced services and advanced software. At last, I think the industry, for IT industry or any type of industry, we can use the term connectography. Connectography, it means any company is giving its services, any company giving its product, project, application, or the software is used by the global world. Globally, it is usable. So we can, it means the company is connected geographically. So connectography can indicate connect geography. So the product service connect the whole geography. We are connecting with each other by this technology, by the Zoom, and Zoom is also an output of the IT industry. So at last, I would like to conclude that if the industrialization, it means if the company, if the industry will have proper infrastructure, then definitely the innovation will be there, and the growth of the company will definitely be there. There will be lots of job opportunity. There will be hike of the economy, and so after this, we can consider that the poverty will also decrease. And the goal should be to utilize the technology, to develop the technology, and to work over the research and innovation. Thank you, ma'am. This is all from my side. Ma'am, unmute yourself.
Sorry for that. So thank you, Nikita ma'am, for joining us. You have enlightened us with wonderful thoughts about the innovation and the industrialization. And you also mentioned and talked about the IT industry also. And in the next row, I would like to call Dr. R. Renuka.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, dear R. Renuka, please introduce yourself.
Sure, ma'am. Very good afternoon to all the eminent personalities present in today's session. Myself, R. Renuka, and I have completed my MSc Computer Science, and I have been into teaching for the past 10 years, and also the Vice President of Telangana Chapter RFI. Now, I'd like to start my presentation. Ma'am, can you host me, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not coming, ma'am.
Yeah. Please wait.
Okay, ma'am, sure.
Yes, dear, you are co-host now.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, is my screen visible, ma'am?
Yes, this is visible. This is visible.
Yes, ma'am. So very good afternoon to everyone. So today I am going to share my views on sustainable innovations. Now, what are sustainable innovations and all we will be going through in my session. So the main aim is to think big, be open to ideas, and be ready to embrace successful failure. So this is somewhat related to my goal number 9, that is build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusiveness and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. So I would like to start my session by quoting a beautiful quote from Walter Lippmann, where he says that when all think alike, then no one is thinking. So this is the essence of innovation. What is innovation? Innovation is nothing but it is the application of better solutions to think differently and to create alternatives for the existing problems or to create new requirements. So that is about innovation, which is one of the pillars of goal number 9. Now coming to what is sustainable innovation. Now we are all talking about the sustainability goals. So our innovations also must be sustainable. What are sustainable innovations? So here, sustainable innovations are nothing but they assist the customers and citizens in managing their lifestyle by enabling them to live happier and to support sustainable development. Okay, so sustainable innovations are the innovations which are aimed towards your productivity and towards your sustainable living style. So here I am going to present you some of the sustainable innovations that have taken place and that are in research and development stage. And the first one is edible cutlery. So how many of us are fond of street food, or how many of us are fond of the packaged food and everything? Most of us, I guess, right? So here, when we order any food or when we go to any food point, there you can see all plastic spoons and plastic cutlery will be available. So as you know, plastic is one of the greatest, no doubt, but overusage of plastic has given us or has put us all into a great problem where our land is filled with plastic which is non-biodegradable, and for that it is causing a great problem to us. So as a solution to this problem, Bakey is an innovative company which was founded by Narayana Pisapati, and he developed edible cutlery. And this edible cutlery comes in 3 flavors, that is plain, sweet, and savory. And these are 100% natural, vegan, as vegan is the new lifestyle that all the millennials are going through. So it is 100% vegan, and if it is not eatable, then we can use it as you can biodegradable, you can degrade it also, and it will be easily composted. So this is one of the excellent innovations. Okay, then moving on to the next innovation, that is 3D printing. Now 3D printing is another key sustainable technology. Why is it a sustainable technology? Because it facilitates more efficient designs and creates less waste. The designers can explore new ideas without wasting much of the paper. And here obviously it is efficient and it leads to productivity also. And this was quoted by our first speaker as well about 3D printers. And coming to the next innovation, it is nothing but green infrastructure. As yesterday in the session, Dr. Meera Asma has told about greenhouses, green offices, green workspaces, about green technology. So this is also one of the sustainable innovations which we can adopt. And this, in this picture, as you can see, this is a hotel in Singapore. It is having all green infrastructure. And continuing with that, this is the concept of green rooftops. This is an example from Brisbane city. It's a city in Australia where the mayor has told that they have made some policies that green rooftops must be a part of their building plans from next. So in this way, government also can take some stringent policies or create some policies where they can inculcate some sustainability among the public. So this is one of the sustainability innovations which was developed in Brisbane and which is soon going to be spread in all over the world. And this is one of the greatest innovations, like energy from footprints. Now here, our sustainable and green source of energy or power generation is from our human footsteps. Now the research is still going on, and in few cities and few European countries, this system is already being used, where the footsteps of the public in pavements and in subways, they are being utilized to generate the electricity in the form of electricity. Here you can see the pressure. When the pressure is applied on that particular thing, just a second, someone is waiting to join. Okay. So when the pressure is applied, here you can see it is given to a battery which is charged, and through that we can generate electricity. Wow, what a wonderful innovation, right? So here, this is slowly spreading in many European countries. Hope this will come in all countries as well. Okay. And next, and the most important innovation or the sustainable innovation is your retroefficiency. Now, what is this retroefficiency? It is nothing but it is a way of improving our building energy flow. And here it's in the form of a software. Retroefficiency is nothing but it's in the form of a software where you can use this software to fight against your energy losses. And here you can see your building, all the buildings or the town hall, everything can be managed. Your heating appliances, cooling appliances, your gadgets, everything can be managed so well using this kind of softwares, where you can reduce 40% of your total national energy usage. So this is also a wonderful innovation. And here is one more interesting fact, that what if every building turned the thermostat up 1 degree in summer and down 1 degree in winter? See, here you can see the magical numbers. It saves, financial savings can be of $145 million. Okay. And you can reduce the energy by 1.9%. So this is a wonderful figure where we can simply use some gadgets in a proper way and we can create sustainable innovations. And here is one more interesting innovation. Can we ever thought of growing plants in deserts? Right? We must not have come across that point, right? Because people are talking about deforestation, afforestation, planting trees everywhere, all the ways. But have we ever thought of using the desert land for growing plants? So this is one of the innovations which deals with such great idea. It is nothing but Groasis water box, and this is making possible for growing trees in the desert area. And here it is nothing but, as you can see in the picture, it is having one intelligent bucket where it is made up of recycled paper. That again, the bucket is not made up of plastic. It is again made up of recycled papers, which can easily germinate seeds, incubate saplings, and it takes 90% less water than the traditional growing methods. Wow, what a wonderful innovation, right? The percentage of water intake is also less. Why? Because we all know that deserts have scarcity of water. So in this way, we can grow plants in deserts, and contribute to the Mother Earth. Okay. And next is a wonderful innovation called Bee Droid. Now, Bee Droid is nothing but these are semi-automatic or fully automatic robot bees, honeybees. Yes, we all know how important honeybees contribute to our ecosystem or our ecological balance, because they are used for the pollination process. And as we know, due to the global warming and whatnot, we human beings have made the earth not a beautiful place but a hell place with so many problems with our all those devastating or waste techniques, right? But here a company designed this robotic bees, which led to design a robotic bee which help self-pollination and pollination of the crops effectively, so that the crop productivity can increase. This is also a wonderful innovation. And next, coming to the next sustainable innovation for the day, it is air carbon. Now, this is the sustainable plastic for the future. We all know how important plastic has been in our lives, and all the companies, all the research and development is going on to completely or to reduce the plastic usage. We can't completely avoid. Maybe we will find one day where our world or our earth is free from plastic. Hope that day comes. But here, air carbon was developed by New Light Technologies and already won many awards for its innovative sustainability. And this is I can say that it is like a substitute for your plastic, and it is very cost effective because to your synthetic materials. So this is also a wonderful sustainable innovation. Next is solar glass. In future, we can see our houses covered with solar glasses. Maybe in our near future, our houses, our offices, our buildings, everything might be covered with solar glasses. We all know how important is energy or the electricity, or how important is our electricity, but you know, it's like a limited resource. So people or the companies are striving hard to have this solar energy coming into each and every house and each and every building or each and every office. So this solar glass is such a wonderful sustainable innovation which helps to trap the solar energy and use it for our energy needs, right? So this is, and according to a research team, it tells that 5 to 7 billion square meters of usable window space exist, and that space can be used to fulfill 40% of US energy needs by using this solar glass. So you can imagine our window space can also be used as a sustainable innovation using the solar glasses. Next is an interesting innovation. I really like this innovation of all the innovations, that it is smoke-free project. Now, what is a smoke-free project? It is like the person behind this is Dan Roosgrat, and he is a mastermind behind this world's first smoke vacuum cleaner. And this here you can see this building. This is a smoke-free tower where the air pollution, whatever the pollution is there in the air, it is converted into a smoke particles. And one interesting feature is not only it is reducing the air pollution, but the converted smoke particles are used to make jewelry. Yes, you heard it right. The smoke particles will be made to make our beautiful jewelry, as we all are fond of jewelry. So hope in near future, we might have jewelry which is made up of, just a second. Okay. Hope in near future, we may have jewelry made up of smoke particles, but not made up of your gold and silver or platinum and diamonds. So this is like a wonderful innovation and interesting innovation also. And coming to the next technology or the next innovation, which is there at Infosys Campus. This is Infosys Campus in Pocharam in India, where it uses a radiant cooling technology. And this radiant cooling technology is used in this technology. What it does means it will have a temperature controlled surfaces indoor. So here the temperature will be automatically cooled down, and this helps in coefficient of performance, which has spiked up to 8 in Infosys Campus. So here we can reduce the heat transfer due to the thermal radiation. So this is also a wonderful technology. And this is one interesting sustainable innovations. It is very simple. Any one of us can do it. It is called as eco bricks. See, plastic, everywhere we have plastic, and without plastic, our day doesn't start or end like that. We are using, everyone else of using plastic in some way or the other. So here, there is one interesting, everyone can do it. We can have something called as eco bricks. Now, what we can do is we can take all the plastic covers or the wrappers which we get by using when we purchase any chips or chocolate wrappers, anything, any wrapper or any plastic cover can be cleaned, dried, and put it into these plastic bottles or the cold drink bottles or whatever bottles you have, and tightly put it, and you can make a eco brick out of that. So what do you do after making such eco bricks? There are organizations which take these eco bricks and build some wonderful constructions out of those eco bricks. In this picture, you can see there is a place where we can sit, and the plants are also going. This complete structure or a construction is made from the eco bricks, if you can see here, and you can see one house or one room also can be built using this eco bricks. So this is also a wonderful innovation where we can not throw our plastic bags into the soil, which will not degrade, but we can make eco bricks out of that, and we can give it to some organizations, or we can use it in this way also. Next, coming to the latest technology, that is Fairphone. What is this Fairphone? Fairphone is the world's first ethical smartphone, right? We are all using smartphones. Yesterday, Dr. Kalyan sir has told that holding a smartphone or having a smartphone doesn't make us smart. So here we have our ethical smartphone, which really makes us smart. Why? Because we all know how much electronic waste we are dumping. Like, we purchase so many electronic gadgets day by day, and all these electronic gadgets or this e-waste is landing up in landfills, and which are not degradable, and it is causing a lot of harm to our Mother Earth. So this Fairphone has an important feature or important thing, that is the parts can be replaced. If any part is going on, you can simply replace it with another part. And in this way, the long lasting smartphone is available, and it can be repaired easily. Rather than replacing your entire phone, we can have this Fairphone as our smartphone. And in this way, we are contributing somewhat to our Earth. And here, one more interesting innovation, sustainable innovation, I can call it. It is in Siddhartha Eco Village, which is in Odisha in India again. So here, it is a part of the social enterprise that is focused on poor tribal communities. So in Odisha, we have this village called Eco Village, where it is helping the tribal people who are living in those areas to have a sustainable living by having these eco-friendly stay-ins. The people can stay in, and the tribal people are also getting income. And the interesting fact here is they use everything, the material, whatever it is used, everything is sustainable. You can find the solar panels as well. And the food courts at this property or this eco village is run by the local women organization that has set up with the support of Siddhartha village and serves organic food. Everything is eco-friendly over here in this eco village. So after knowing all these innovations, now what can we do? As this session is filled with eminent academicians, professionals, industry experts, I request everyone to inculcate some of these skills among your students or fellow colleagues or anyone. Like the first thing which we can do is we can develop a sense of responsibility among students that is lacking in today's generation. I guess most of you will agree with me, because everyone is feeling that earth is our privilege but not a right. Yesterday in his session, Yatin sir has quoted this, that earth is not our privilege. It is our privilege to live on earth, but everyone is taking it for granted. They're thinking that it is our right to do anything with Mother Earth. No, it is not like that. So we have to inculcate some kind of responsibility among the students. It can be in simple ways, like not throwing the waste on roads or usage of dustbins and trying to segregate dry waste and wet waste. It can be anything which we can inculcate among our students. And the next thing is develop innovative skills. Now, why we need to develop innovative skills? Just now we have seen some of the innovations, and in previous sessions also many of the speakers were telling about many innovations. So if you try to inculcate innovative skills among students, that would be helping them to create some innovative, sustainable innovations. Like just now we have seen, they can create such beautiful products, sustainable products, which will help us, right? And here I would like to thank Christina ma'am for her contribution. I was listening to her and it was like she has conducted many workshops, and her students are also the educators. They were through those workshops, they were inculcating innovative skills in this among the students. We can also try to include such workshops in India as well, madam. Thank you for that. And next, as a academician, we can make students understand the importance of sustainability goals. Like now, how we are having this summit for the experts, like this, we can have some workshops or webinars or some kind of seminars to students as well, and make them understand what is sustainability and how important is to have a sustainable lifestyle. And collaborate with industries. As one of the speaker from Oman, she was telling, value yourself, give importance to yourself, and collaborate with industry. Yes, obviously collaborate with industries is required. Why? Because most of our education system is focusing on theoretical part, where it is completely lacking the practical knowledge. So if students doesn't have the practical knowledge, then they cannot develop any products, or the output of the learning is literally zero, I guess. So we have to inculcate the practical knowledge among the students. And I guess the new India's new education policy 2020 will address this issue. And next is develop problem solving skills. Now, how to develop problem solving skills among students? We can have problem solving skills means not taking our theoretical subjects or taking our whatever subjects we are having and asking them the questions. No, not like that. We have to ask them the questions, or we have to take them to the problems which are there in the society, or because every country and every region is having its own problems. So we can try to inculcate such problems and try to explain such problems to the students, and how they will try to give a solution to those problems which are existing in the society. Or you can take any environmental issue which is going on and how to solve. And I guess, and I bet that students will be coming up with great answers for those problem solving skills, problem solving sessions, right? So next is, yes, till now we have thought of what we can inculcate among students. But here, what as educationists or as academicians or as professionals, what are the things we should do? So here are the 4 essential rules for the 21st century learning. So the first is instruction should be student centered. As we all know, we are in the COVID situation, still it is prevalent in the world. So obviously we have shifted our teaching methodology to online teaching methods, but here we should, or our instruction should be not instructor centered, but it should be student centered. And our education should be collaborative. As just now I told you, we have to collaborate with other countries or other industries, and we have to inculcate practical knowledge among students. And learning should have a context. Obviously, learning should have a context here. And schools and colleges and all the educational institutions should be integrated with society. Yes, we are a part of the society, and that we have to inculcate among our students. And that how we can do it, we have to integrate with the society and the societal problems and address them. And coming to, now you might be wondering why I told all of these innovations and everything. Like I told you, industry, innovation, and infrastructure are the 3 main pillars of goal number 9. And all these 3 are interlinked or interrelated. Without one, the other won't exist. So, and infrastructure is all around us. It is in the parks, it is in the clean water, it is in the electricity, it is in the safe roads, transportation, everywhere. And all these infrastructure, when they are innovatively designed, then we can have industries, and industries will give employment opportunities to and thus all 3 will lead to the economic development of the country. Okay, so here there are 2 famous personalities. The first one is an assistant professor from Thailand. She supports goal number 9. And as we all know, this famous personality, Stephen Hawking, also was supporting goal number 9. Happy to see them supporting goal number 9. And lastly, I would like to end my session telling that wake up before it's too late. There is no planet B. We have to inculcate sustainable innovations, and we have to have sustainable infrastructure and sustainable lifestyle. Lastly, I would like to quote the famous quote from Steve Jobs: innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Thank you to Research Foundation of India, Saurabh Jain sir, Ajay Jain sir, Dr. Supriya Madam from Witty Gossip Association, and all the dignitaries who are present in this virtual summit. Thank you all for giving me this wonderful opportunity and to be a part of such an informative summit. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Renuka ji. Actually, your presentation was very informative, and it's means full of enthusiasm, full of facts and figures. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
I must say your presentation is also very inspirational and motivational. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, and as you suggested that we have to for the betterment of a nature and a mankind, we have to follow some kinds of rules, like we have to make responsible to our next generation. So I agreed with your thoughts completely, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So in the next, I would like to call Dr. Parul Sharda. Dr. Parul, are you there? Dr. Parul Sharda.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
so
here.
Can we go ahead with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so here is a very beautiful lady, Dr. Parul.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, have you given me the rights to share my screen, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am. You are a co-host now. You can share. You can share.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope the screen is visible. A very good afternoon to each and everyone. A big thanks to Witty Gossip, Dr. Supriya ma'am, Ajay Jain sir, Saurabh Jain sir, Research Foundation of India, all the members, the eminent speakers, right from goal 1. And it would be my privilege to share the platform with all the eminent speakers. And also, it would be delighted. All these sessions are very nicely going on, and till the all goals, we would be. I am thinking that I would be fueled up with the ample of knowledge from all the various speakers from all over the world. So thank you very much once again to all of you. So my topic regarding the Sustainable Development Goal 9, which is building resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and fostering innovation. I have chosen the topic in Goal 9 is Frugal Innovation. That is a role of frugal innovation in promoting social sustainability. Although if we can see the researches which has been done in this particular topic, the researches are very few. But as far as being a academician, it is my sole responsibility to conduct a session and to conduct a research on a topic on which there is a gap, there is a potential gap. And this is what we are here for, to finding the gap from all the practices which are going on, and to identify how these gaps can be fulfilled so that we can build a resilient infrastructure for the whole world, we can say, for the harmony and for the growth of all the world. And to achieve this objective, this particular platform, Witty Gossip, is doing a great work, and we are gathering so much of knowledge from this particular sessions which are going on. So I would just like to highlight the challenges of SDG, the Social Development Goal, Sustainable Development Goal 9. The challenges, the story of industrial development has been an important determinant, of course, of our history as a community of nations, from the first steam of engines to the first assembly lines, to today's truly global production chains and processes. Industries has changed our economies and helped drive major changes in our societies. But without sustainable practices and infrastructure in place, our growth has left vast sections of people behind. I repeat, the vast sections of people behind. And here my topic, I relate my topic to. Among the vast section of societies of the world, I am concentrating about this frugal innovation to the bottom of pyramid people, the people who are living in the bottom of pyramid, the people whose daily income, we can say, is about $2 or below $2. So I'm concentrating this particular, or I can say I'm dedicating this particular presentation to those peoples. How we can address this particular challenge? Through Sustainable Development Goal 9, countries all over the world have determined that investing in more resilient infrastructure, cooperating across borders, and encouraging small enterprises will all be critical to ensure sustainable industrial development. Small enterprises again has been taken a place in addressing this particular issue. Yes, we can say that to address the problem of unemployment, or we can say to address the Sustainable Development Goal 1, to address the poverty of the whole world, we can say small enterprises can play an important role, or we can say the startups can play an important role. We also have to improve our existing industrial infrastructure, and here technological innovations will be the key. Technological innovations, frugal engineering, frugal innovations can be the key. The only thing is the governments, the educationists, and the businesses have to support the idea. They have to contribute to creating a hospitable policy environment for innovation, encourage scientific research, and improve access to information technology universally. Moving ahead, what is the scenario of, we can say, the India and Goal 9? So this is the screen which I'm sharing with you. Goal 9. So the government's flagship interventions in India, like Make in India and Made in India concept, and Startup India, as well as Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Shramev Jayate Karikram, are well fueling the innovation and sustainable industrial and economic development of our country. Targets of our country in regard to achieving Goal 9 are developing quality, reliable, sustainable and resilient infrastructure, including regional and trans-border infrastructure to support economic development and human well-being. There is, in the goal achievement or in the targets, it is nowhere mentioned that we are concentrating on the well-being of only the BOP people, that is bottom of pyramid peoples, with a focus on affordable and equitable access for all. Again, it is a mention that affordable and equitable access for all. So can we see that all the technologies or of all the innovations which are going on right now and all over the world, are all the innovations and all the techniques which are being developed are easily affordable to the people who are living below the poverty line or bottom of the pyramid? I must say the answer is no, because most of the technologies and most of the things are not easily affordable to the people who are earning $2 a day. The target of our country is also to promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and by 2030, significantly raise industry's share of employment and gross domestic product in line with the national circumstance, and double its share in the least developed countries. The next target is increase the access of small-scale industries and other enterprises, in particular in developing countries, to financial services, including affordable credit and their integration into value chains and markets. By 2030, upgrading the infrastructure and retrofit industries to make them sustainable with increased resource efficiency and greater adoption of clean and environmentally sound technologies and industrial processes. Enhance scientific research, upgrade technological capabilities by 2030. Facilitate sustainable and resilient infrastructure development in developing countries through enhanced financial, technological, and technical support to African countries, least developed countries, landlocked developing countries, and small island developing states. Support domestic technology development, research and innovation in developing countries, including by ensuring a conducive policy environment for industrial diversification and value addition to the commodities. Again, I highlight value addition to the commodities, and it can also be done by the frugal innovation or frugal engineering and making it available to the people who are at the bottom of pyramid. Significantly increase access to information and communications technology and strive to provide universal and affordable access to the internet in least developed countries by 2030. So here comes the notion of frugal innovation. The notion of frugal innovation can be viewed as an approach towards realizing social sustainability and fulfilling the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or specifically the SDG 9 I am concentrating on. So with the sustainability disclosure alongside the other two pillars of sustainable development, that is environment and economic. Social sustainability is focused on the development of programs and processes that promote social interaction and cultural enrichment. It emphasizes protecting the vulnerable while respecting social diversity and is related to more basic needs of happiness, safety, freedom, dignity, and affection. Notably, the key challenges of sustainable development reside at the interfaces and trade-offs between the various dimensions. Therefore, it is essential to develop the concept of social sustainability by adopting the integrating framework of sustainability. Both the environmental and economic aspects of social development are intertwined with the social pillar. For example, it is perhaps not possible to either achieve happiness in a society that is economically disadvantaged, or have a healthy community if air quality is poor. So we can say, according to a famous researcher, Torjman, human well-being cannot be sustained without a healthy environment, and is equally unlikely in the absence of a vibrant economy too. So keeping this view through this session, I see to highlight how social sustainability is strongly linked with use of material and financial resources with the objective of reducing the cost of ownership while fulfilling or even exceeding certain predefined criteria of acceptable quality standards. We cannot say that, or we cannot assure once government or academicians support the frugal engineering because they are producing the economical product, easily affordable products, especially they are targeting to the people who are at BOP, that is bottom of pyramid. Through frugal innovation, economically disadvantaged communities have been able to solve various problems pertaining to health, education, or energy and uplift their standard of living. Frugal innovation has made a significant impact on the society because it has simultaneously generating revenue. It has been argued before that businesses can play a crucial role towards achieving sustainable development. Furthermore, frugal innovation has the potential to improve a country's sustainable performance. However, the social benefits that frugal innovation can offer to the society have not been discussed and been accepted considerably. Moving ahead, frugal means what? Frugal means simple and plain, which costs little, and it came from a Latin word frugal, that means economical. So here again I go to the concept that I am concentrating on especially on the people who are living at the bottom of pyramid, and this it must be considered and accepted by all even. Frugal innovation thinks that naturally minimizing the use of resources such as energy, capital, and time, it can be developed and it can be adopted in various countries. Frugal innovations are good enough through affordable productivity that meet the need of resource-constrained consumers. We can say that by adopting and by, we can say, motivating the innovators who are frugal in approach, who are, it is also called as Jugaad approach in our country, that is India, a Jugaad mindset. Frugal innovation, which involves resource-constrained product development, creates numerous benefits that are unavailable from traditional product development. It has the potential to enhance competitive advantage of a firm as well as green supply chain initiatives. In this world of austerity, when the companies are expecting the commodities which are eco-friendly in nature, which are having a sustainable life, which doesn't affect the environment, and which too are affordable to the people, can only be developed by this particular approach. So generally, frugal innovation is viewed as low-cost innovation, but it is much more than that. It uses the concept of simplification and strives for less instead of more by using clever technology. It is doing more with less, or we can say, rather we can say it is doing better with less, minimize the use of resources, and make a product economically approachable to all the sections of the society, and majorly to the BOP. All the frugal solutions are characterized by affordability, robustness, user-friendliness, scalability, and attractive value propositions. As you can see on the screen, frugal innovation, which is also known as Jugaad, a word taken from Hindi, our mother tongue, which captures the meaning of finding a low-cost solution to any problem in an intelligent way. And it is a new way to think constructively and differently about the innovation and strategy. Differently means from the eyes of the people who are living at the below poverty line or bottom of pyramid. Jugaad innovation has also long-lasting tradition in India, but it is also widespread in rest of the so-called BRIC countries, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, and numerous other emerging economies. And most of the economies are adopting it, but it has not been given a platform like startup cells, entrepreneurship cells. It has to be adopted in incubators so that it can show what it actually can do for the society and for the world. Jugaad means thinking in a frugal way and being flexible, which in turn requires the innovators or entrepreneurs to adopt quickly to often unforeseen situations and uncertain circumstances in an intelligent way. So if we compile the definition, it is the most innovative, economical, and quality method to accomplish the desired task by unusual, imaginable means and ways. Now the question is how it is related to social sustainability. When we talk about social sustainability, the social sustainability concept means it is when it is acceptable to all, or when it is when the sustainable development recognize the interdependence of environmental, social, and economical system, the three pillars of sustainability, which have appeared to understand, address, and reduce current and future potential problems. So the most current problem or potential problem we can see is unemployment, or we can see the problem of poverty, or we can see the problem of the non-availability of essential technology, or the technology which they can afford in their income, per capita income, is the problems which we can see or which we can relate to this particular group. So, however, achieving a balance between these three pillars is the need of R. The social pillar has not received as much attention as the other two dimensions, ecological and economic. Therefore, it is important to explore the role of organizations that organize the sustainability projects in shaping the balance between these particular components. So, when we say that social sustainability, it must rest on the basic values of equality, equity, and democracy. It means as the effective appropriation of all human rights, that is political, civil, economic, cultural, and social, by all people. Social sustainability of a city is defined as the development that is compatible with harmonious evolution of civil society, fostering an environment conducive to compatible cohabitation of culturally and socially diverse groups, and encouraging social integration with improvements in the quality of life of all the segments of population. I repeat, all the segments of population. And when social sustainability is mentioning that we need to concentrate on all the segments of society, here comes the role of frugal innovation. Moving ahead to the historical perspective, René Thelop and Laennec, through his carving skills, has developed a first frugal product, that is stethoscope, in 1816 while working at the hospital, and he has pioneered this particular product, which you can see into the picture. The another modern concept has given by E.F. Schumacher in 1973, and he has written his book, and which is mentioned in the picture, that is small is beautiful. Economic ambitions are good servants, but they are the bad masters. It is true that we need to go for the developed economies. All the economies want to be the developed economy, but we have to follow a step-by-step gradual approach. It cannot happen that a miracle will happen and the underdeveloped economy will going to convert into a developing, or developing will going to convert into a developed economy. And by taking these small steps, we can, by adopting this frugal innovation, by taking all the people together, by considering the bottom of pyramid people with us, we can gradually move to this particular approach, or by this particular level. Moving ahead, these two books written by Navi, Jaideep and Simon about the Jugaad, and the authors of both the book are same, that is Navi, Jaideep and Simon, and they have identified 6 principles for effective innovations in their book, that is Jugaad Innovation. Seek opportunity in diversity, number 1. Do more with less. Think and act flexibly. Keep it simple. Include the margin and follow your heart. If you can see, all these 6 principles are actually at the core of entrepreneurship, are at the core of startups. So if we are promoting entrepreneurship, if we are promoting startups, why not the Jugaad innovation? Why not the Jugaad engineering? It must be included in the courses. It must be included in the curriculum of the students. The students must be taught in a way how to develop a product, or how to develop a service, or how to identify the pain point of the society and develop a product which is economically viable, which is affordable to all, which is affordable especially to the people who are deprived of these particular things. So due to emerging market potential, frugal innovation is considered as derived management approach, which is based on Jugaad, and it is a new management philosophy. With regard to frugal innovation, products typically do not have sophisticated technologies. They are very simple, and as we can see that more complex the product is, more costly it will be, and it will not be then affordable to those section of the society. Moving ahead, frugal engineering is the process of reducing the complexity and cost of a good and its production. It is the ability to generate considerably more business and social value while significantly reducing the use of scarce resources, doing more with less, doing better with less. Even more than a strategy, frugal innovation is a whole new mindset which needs to be developed into the whole world, so that we can grow, and we can grow in a manner where all people will get the same kind of products and same kind of services to use, and not to the special sections of the society. Let's discuss one of the success story of our country, India. It is in the picture which you can see is Mansukh Prajapati, and in 2006 he has been awarded with the by the President of the India. The Mythical fridge he has developed. Mythical means a fridge, a refrigerator made of clay. He is an Indian engineer, Mansukh Prajapati, and he has made this particular product in only rupees 5,500. and uses this particular product uses no electricity, no electrical power, and it keeps the item of food fresh up to 5 days, and has been a valuable addition to the rural communities in India. And this is a particular product which you can see into the picture, and he has been awarded by in the 5th National Biennial Award in 2009 by the president of our country. And here his journey doesn't end. In 2003, again, he has developed one non-stick tawa. If you can see the non-stick pan in his hand with the missile man, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. In this particular picture, the tawa which has been developed by Mansukh Bhai Prajapati is made of clay, which is affordable to the people, costing only rupees 200, and he has used the chemical which has been tested by the chemical laboratories, that is Azonoble, in his particular product, and which is not harmful to the people who will use this particular tawa, as well as it has a long lasting life as compared to the non-stick pans which are available nowadays into the market. The next success story which I would like to share with you all is Frugal Digital. Frugal Digital is a lunchbox shaped projector which has been used in rural areas. It only uses a mobile phone, a USB 2.0 port, and all the audiovisual through all the audiovisual pedagogy. A teacher can teach the students who are living into the rural areas, because in rural areas it is not possible to develop a setup of projectors, to develop a setup of Wi-Fi, so that on a big screen the smart projectors or smart boards can be used. So through this particular product, the lunchbox shaped projector, the students are getting benefited by all the technological upgradations, or by all the new topics which are being included in a new way or in a smart manner. As I said, the product which are being developed by the Frugal Engineering are simple and not very complex. So you can see that it is the internal picture of that Frugal Digital lunchbox shaped projector. It only uses a very less complexity, and the product is usable to all the peoples. The another success story is GE's V-Scan, which is a pocket-sized ultrasound device being utilized in both developing and developed regions of the world. It has been launched in 2010. It is again a very good product of product of Frugal Engineering. It is only costing $7,900 as compared to $150,000 ultrasound consoles which are available in the market, and has improved the access to advanced prenatal care in the areas of rural China, India, and Africa. So concentrating on rural India or concentrating on the rural parts of the whole world, we can say this particular mindset, the frugal mindset, needs to be developed. So wrapping up to my particular product, I also want to give one beautiful example of bamboo splint making machine. This is the intellectual product of Mr. Paresh Panchal, who has developed this bamboo splint making machine and make it possible for the people who are living in villages to make incense sticks at very low cost. Bamboo splint making has been done manually for years using knives, which are tedious, time consuming, as well as risky for the people who are using knives for dividing the or splinting for making incense sticks. So this machine has been awarded at the 7th Annual Presidential Grassroots Innovation Award in March 2019. So why only few of them are there? although it might be possible that I have covered less examples, but I urge through this platform to all the people who are living, who are present here, to please pay attention to these kind of innovations which are going on into our countries, and to motivate them so that more and more frugal engineers can come up with their innovations, and all those incubation cells which are there into the various higher educational colleges, IIMs, IITs of our country, as well as the various universities of all over the world. So we can say that the policymakers should include this particular topic, this particular theme in as a subject, as a part of curriculum, so that at least a conceptual development must happen into the people's mind. They must accept it, they must motivate it, they must we can say support this particular concept, and then only we can say that the overall development, the social development, or the sustainable development can happen to our country as well as to the whole world. And that's all from my side. And organizations that master this way of thinking, this way of frugal approach, whether you choose to call it frugal engineering or the first principles thinking, could be well equipped to handle a world of disruptive innovation in a hope of better India, in a hope of better world. Thank you very much. And I hand over the platform to Dr. Supriya. Thank you very much to everyone for patiently listening.
It's amazing, amazing, ma'am, amazing. Frugal engineering and lots of the Mitti Cool fridge, amazing things you have presented, ma'am. Here, I would like to inform all our participants and all our eminent speakers that Madam has told about the Jugaad technology, right? Jugaad word, yes. Ma'am has used the word Jugaad. And according to the Collins Dictionary, the Jugaad means a resourceful approach to problem solving. Actually, in India, we have used the word Jugaad, and now the Collins Dictionary has adapted that word. And as I said, that it meaning is a resourceful approach for problem solving. So thank you very much, ma'am. And you presented beautiful examples, wonderful examples, the most innovative examples, I must say. And yes, this is a very appreciable presentation, ma'am. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, I would like to call our next speaker, Divya Tiwari. Divya Tiwari, are you there? Actually, I can see your name here. Divya Tiwari, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
sorry, I had some network issue.
Okay.
Shall I continue?
Yeah, you can continue. You can continue.
Okay, just a minute. I start sharing my screen.
Okay, okay. Divya Tiwari, right? So I'm making your co-host.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you are now co-host.
Okay, ma'am. I start sharing it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm again appreciating Dr. Parul Shada's presentation. It was really a very amazing and a most informative presentation, Dr. Parul Shada. So today we have amazing presentations from the Research Foundation of India's speakers. And here we have a wonderful presentation from the Dr. Parul Shada. Now, yes, now the Divya Tiwari is going on. Yes, ma'am, we can see you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and hope everybody is having an amazing day ahead, safe and secure in their homes, looking ahead in the situations we have prevailing in the society ahead. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about, as we all know, we have taken up the topic for Goal 9, which is Industry Innovation Infrastructure. I will be talking a bit more about taking about how innovation can impact the overall impact of the performance of the industries. How significant is to have a clear idea that you should be having innovation or innovative skills or ideas on board with you when looking forward to make a successful business, whether it's a small business, whether it's an MSME, whether it's about an entire industry. Having an innovative idea itself can change the entire game when you're rolling down to run a business. Let's go ahead and let's understand further about it. We're going to be starting with understanding few basic things if we talk about innovation. And when we talk about innovation, we have to keep in our mind that creativeness and innovation and these skills are something which makes your business very different from the existing one. For example, let's talk about one of the very basic things which we all have experiences, especially during the one last year significantly, because before that we have n number of resources to get into there. Let's talk about a basic innovative idea which was inculcated by, you say, Amazon, by, you say, a Flipkart or such kind of working e-sectors or online applications we have. For example, we all know, Flipkart came into picture to sell books to you. Flipkart came in pictures and Amazon came in picture to sell books to you. Nobody could ever have wondered that I can order garlic, I can order onions, I can order tomatoes, I can order potatoes from Amazon or Flipkart. It went into the picture, it went into with a great detail, with great understanding when we actually faced the lockdown last year because of COVID-19. Amazon, Flipkart, and many of these retailing sectors and applications use this opportunity creatively very well by introducing an option that you can actually work with, bringing more better understanding and more better skills to be inculcated for the selling part. If they could have just stick down to what they were doing before, that is actually only looking at selling the basic things which they used to have, this could have been a major loss, or it could have been made not them stand a part of the other people in the society. So going ahead, and let's talk about how important or what is typically innovation for people and a small industry is talking to. So what is innovation for the small industries? What are innovations for the small basic businesses existing in the market? Let's divide it into few of the points to understand and inculcate our own thinking better ahead. So the first is how production can be innovated with an innovative mindset, or how production should be rephased, redrafted, or rethink in the terms of innovation. Let's go ahead and let's talk about that. So when I say about innovation in the terms of production, it is actually adopting and assimilating and exploring new value-added novelty in the business. When you added something which is out of the box, yet which is actually possible to be inculcated, yet actually possible to be used for the better working, this is where you are, and this is where you can go ahead with a better strategy for the production also. I just came across with one of the state level policies of one of the industries which used to make tiles, the tiles which we actually get into our homes, for the floors, for the washrooms, for the walls, also colorful tiles, different colors of tiles, different designs of tiles. I recently come across to a government scheme which has clearly shows that now these sorts of industry will be using the residual of the wood which is left on the farm areas, which is usually buried or which is usually burned out, either of the way around, depending upon what sort of convenience they have, which is actually buried or burned around for the further working area. They need to just clean the canvas to go ahead. This particular organization, this particular innovative small scale firm, they come up with an idea to convert these small these kind of wood into a tiles. These tiles made of wood will be used into a scale of higher to medium level of prices, which has been affordable to every people around, and having a more hope to be very successful in the coming up years, depending upon how far and how quick we can get those remaining woods from the farm. But the nutshell of this production farm is that they have used one of the value added novelty in the business mindset, resulting into a better product which was never thought before. And these basic small element of thinking out of the box, which lead to an amazing product in the market, or a new product in the market, or not expected product in the market, it is something which is making you different from the others standing in the same industry, no matter if you're a small firm. Let's go ahead and let's talk about assembly. So why and how you actually assemble a product which is having a little more feature of innovation, or little more feature of not being the typical or being the old school product. So how you assemble them, you actually you can renew or enlarge the products and services. You can actually also make a little more space in the market where you are existing as a product maker, as a product supplier, or even though as a product person who's looking forward to go ahead. Talking about customization, and this is where the entire table can turn around when you are having an innovative concept in the industry. This is development of a new method of production. When you customize your own production method, the output of that production method itself is a customized product. You start making your own specific sector, you start making your own specific goal, you start making your own specific customer base, which further actually get little more extensive. Let's relate it to a very known feature which we all as a generation which is typically based on using technology, let's connect it to there. If we go back to the development of a small example of YouTube, people used to come down there and just upload their videos to come across with knowing few things around. But now itself, it's a new way where you can teach, where you can earn, where you can make a career out of it. If a decade before I could have asked somebody that what you do, and the person come and tell me that I am actually making videos, I could simply have thought he have nothing to do in his life. But now if the person comes to me and tell me I'm a YouTuber, itself that is a career. So just relating it to how innovation or how an out of the box thinking can change your life, if you look forward and do a little more filtering into developing a new method of production. And of course, at the last, you have to look into establishing new method of systems. It has to be both the process and the outcome. One thing which we need to understand when we talk about innovation, that if you have been very clear with the mindset how and where you want to make your innovation work, or how you wanted your innovative steps to go ahead, you will be surely landing up to make your niche market first. Many of the, or majority of the product which were actually having their innovative skills very clear, which were having their innovative strategy very clear, they land up making their niche market. And initially the niche market was very small in size. It was not that big into the customer base, not that big into the value which they were earning, and not big into the perspective which they were looking forward. But later on, it turned out to be a big success in the market, and rather that particular product start having some sort of replicas or even a good healthy competition also in the market. So it's very, very important to know further what is your idea, or what is your strategy rather, to make your innovation work. Let's go ahead and let's now understand why innovation is the key to success of any business, or why it could have been just used up to by any of the small scale industry, any of the medium scale industry, or any of the sectors which could have been better. So first is that having an innovation can surely help you to make a niche market of yourself as compared to the competitors, as we just talked about. Secondly, innovation always help you to make sure it help you to get or meet your new customers and their needs. If something comes into the market which was a need of the hour, and it comes very proactively with the terms of advertisement, with the terms of having to connect with the consumers, you actually going to be more successful in meeting the needs, or coming up with a more utility based product or service for your customers. For example, couple of months before, there was one of the application which was very talked about into the local market around my area, and that was actually a local startup, e-application based startup, which was known, and this was self-gardening services. The name was self-gardening services. So what happened, there are many people who love to plant small plants in their home. They wanted to have an entire good garden. They wanted to have a lot of greenery, which gives you positivity in your life. But where they lack around is that they hardly know how to maintain it, and they land up making a disaster in their own garden. So there was this particular application which were helping them to go further and make sure that they come for a particular time. You can book them, they come, they do their services, and they go back, and every week you can book themselves for this particular work. And by doing so, this application was able to meet with the customer need of the hour. Going further about why innovation is one of the key for the successful business is, again, it helps you to go entire business and go beyond the boundaries of thinking of the traditional approach of living and doing a business. Again, for the last, which is why it should be there, is innovation is important for the future growth. I like to state one thing, that if we are talking about the significance or importance of innovation in the market, you really can't restrict it to these 4 points. This is beyond this. This is beyond what we should be doing. This is beyond what we should be thinking. Nobody knows when a small idea can turn out to be the trending thing in the market. Talking further about if a small business or if a small industry wanted to inculcate innovative ideas, what should be the ideal step they should be inculcating into? Let's go ahead and let's into the ideal roadmap which every small scale industry or small scale firm should inculcate while applying for the same. The first is discovery. And this is the hardest part, to be honest. When you discover what you wanted to do, when you discover where you want to go, when you discover what is the ultimate thing you want to serve, or ultimate customer you wanted to serve, this is where the most important part comes into. This might take the longest part as compared to all other points, but if you do this right, you will be landing up to just where you want it after following up with a few other points also. So discovery might take a lot of time, but it will result into better if you give it proper required significant time. Once you have discovered where you want to land up after your successful innovative product or service making, you have to work on their development. That what should be the entire development part, or what should be the entire roadmap of developing that service or good in reality? What can be the roadblocks, or what can be the barriers for the same? After that, you have to shortly take up the POC, which is proof of concept, which many of the small scale industries or many of the small scale business actually don't go ahead when they take an innovative idea on board. If you don't go for proof of concept, you will be landing up to make a lot of mistakes because you have not actually tested what you thought in point number 1. Going further, you will be and required a high time to commercialize your idea which you developed or which you discover in point number 1. Once you have commercialized what you talk about in point number 1, this is the time where you need to manage all the phases like marketing, like selling, and even the continuous production or of the goods or the service which you thought in point number 1. Getting ahead to understand what could be the ideal barriers for innovation, irrespective of the industry, whether it's a small scale industry or whether it's actually a big industry or whether it's a small business of an individual, what could be the ideal barriers? We're typically going to be talking about the 4 barriers. The first barrier is the people and the skill as barrier to innovation. So firstly, if you're working with people who you feel are not up to the level where you wanted to reach your business or goods or services, then working with themselves is one of the barriers which you're going to be facing across. Second is, just a minute. Second is, of course, the barriers, finance as a barrier to innovation, which is subject to the condition of subject to the market you're prevailing into. To be honest, Not every business will face finance as a barrier to innovation up to the initial part. Of course, after you went into POC, you want to commercialize it, you need finance to grow. But initially, you really don't, every industry will not be facing this for sure. Then you have information as barrier to innovation. And this is one of the major barriers to innovation. People are not having the proper information of what they're making, what they want to be making, where they want it to go, or what the ultimate services of what they wanted to serve to other people. And of course, infrastructure as barrier to innovation, which is again one of the way to which can be treated as negligence from the part of the person who is doing innovative, or maybe it could be not available or not having the proper finance to go ahead, a combination of the both. So, but yes, infrastructure is again one of the barrier for the innovation. Let us conclude this simple point, but yet one of the significant point when we're talking about small scale industry, that is innovation. So by concluding it, we need to understand, if you have an innovative thought process, if you have an out-of-box thinking thought process, which have a little of inculcated thinking of practical approach also, you should not be talking about taking all the stars from the sky, but something which is practical to be thought across, then always innovation will have a positive impact over your business. You just need to take care of 2 points very importantly. First is, as per the observation for the better working, you should be having proper investment in innovation and technology. Many often I have seen a lot of people, when they invest money in innovation, they feel that this is a cost. But they don't understand this is not a cost. This is rather a positive input which you infused in your business. This is just like giving more of water to the plant which is already going well, because we wanted to go it more better. So having more cost involved will help you for sure. Don't take it as a bare kind of an expenses which you're taking ahead. It is actually a positive input. And next, which you need to take ahead, is actually looking at that it has to be connected to the production cost, and it actually need to reflect over the true utilization of the firm's resources. So this is all about from my side for the importance or significance of innovations in the small scale industry. I will love that if somebody like to share a thought, or even just like to come across with some question.
Yeah, thank you, Divya Tiwari. Thank you very much. In your presentation, you talked about the steps to inculcate innovative ideas.
Yes, ma'am.
And you also told us about the barriers to innovations.
Yes, ma'am.
And yes, I agreed with your thought that the innovation has a positive impact on the efficiency and performance of the firms. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I just stopped sharing my screen.
Okay. Now, yeah, thank you. Dr. Parul Sharda, are you still there? Dr. Parul Sharda.
Yes, ma'am, I'm there. Please let me know.
Ma'am, could you please on your camera?
Yeah,
actually,
sure.
I didn't click your picture.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. If possible, so please put on your camera. Dr. Parul Sharda, is this means possibility to switch on your camera for you?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah. Take 1 minute.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
May I request you to unmute yourself, please?
Dr. Charul Jain. Are you there, Dr. Charul? Dr. Charul Jain. She is also from Research Foundation of India, one of the keynote speakers for today. Dr. Charul Jain. I think she is not there.
I will coordinate with her till the time you can call the next speaker.
Yeah, okay, okay. Actually, one thing I have forgot. We have done with the Nikita Sharma, madam.
Yes,
Nikita, yeah,
yes,
we have done, I think, with Nikita Sharma, ma'am, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, okay. So there is only one speaker left, who is Dr. Charul.
Okay, let me coordinate for a minute.
Yeah, okay. Dr. Charul. Dr. Ajay Jain, sir, please coordinate with her. Meanwhile, I would like to inform you all that we have a very means interesting things on the day 17th, on April 17th, when we have a conclusion ceremony for this Global Peace and Sustainable Development Summit. On that day, we will talk about the association, collaborations, and the partnership, which is the Sustainable Development Goal 17. And as I mentioned again and again, that we are have a collaborator and associates around the world. And till the date, we have around 36 collaborators and associates around the world for this Global Peace and Sustainable Development Summit. And on the 17th April, which is the last day of this summit, we are going to present the Best Presenters Award for the best presentations we have in the summits. We will also going to present the awards for the eminent guest speakers and for the keynote speakers also. So please with us on a 17th April also, because on a 17th April, there is a Saturday. So I think everyone will be free. Yeah. So please be with us on 17th April also, because the 17th April will be a huge day for all of us. Yeah, and here I'm reading a message. I appreciate the organizers of this webinar. I learned a lot. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, the full text is, I appreciate the organizers of this webinar. I learned a lot from all the presenters and speakers. I didn't register. A friend sent me the link last night. I joined in this morning from Nigeria. I say a big thank you to all of you and say bravo, keep it up, and organized more awesome. Thank you, my dear Nigerian friend. Could you please put on your camera? Could you please put on your camera? Switch on, sorry, switch on. Could you please switch on your camera? Okay, I think there is not possible for you. Yeah, yeah. Definitely on your request and on the request of our all participants, we will definitely organize such kind of summits. Definitely, we will organize this kind of summits. Definitely. Yeah, so here is a participant from Nigeria. Yeah, we can see you. We can see.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. We can hear you. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Actually, the network bandwidth is very low, sir. The network bandwidth is very low from your side.
All right, I can hear you clearly. Hello?
Yes, hello, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear. Please speak loudly. Please speak loudly.
Hello?
Yes, please speak loudly. Please speak loudly. I think there is a poor network bandwidth. No issue with that. No issue with that. Actually, most of the African countries has a poor network bandwidth. And I was there in Africa in 2019, so I know very well. I was in Ethiopia country, so I know that there is a lots of electricity and a network issue. So I think Dr. Charul ma'am is taking
there,
so much time.
Ma'am, she's there.
She's there? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So Dr. Charul, can we continue with your presentation? Dr. Charul Jain?
Ma'am, just a moment. I'm just checking the internet connectivity.
Okay, okay dear, okay dear. So this is the last but not least presentation for today. We have Dr. Charul, and in between we just met to our Nigerian participants. Wow, that's very good. Means we have a participants, we have a eminent guest speakers around the globe. It's really an amazing experience for me also. And we have Vanessa Maria. Vanessa, please. Vanessa, please switch on your camera if possible.
Vanessa Marie.
Okay, I think this is our professor from Philippines. Okay. So Dr. Charul Jain, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Can you please make me host so that I can share my presentation?
Yeah. I'm making Dr. Charul Jain. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay, you are a co-host now.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for giving the honor and privilege to present today. Thank you, the organizers, and all the eminent speakers from across the globe. It's really a privilege to talk in the noble topic, noble concept, and I intentionally chose to have this concept of industry, innovation, and infrastructure for the summit. I would be speaking in a little different domain altogether, but I still believe it's the most important one. So beginning with a brief introduction, I'm associated with the Symbiosis University of Applied Sciences in Indore. The university, the only skill university which believes in building the skills in the students. So here I just begin with, in my 16 years of career in the industry and academia, what I have learned is, no matter what, how many places you go, no matter how many innovations you do, but ultimately it is the people who have to implement it. I hope you all agree to me that it is the people ultimately who have to implement innovation at all the ends. And these people, they come from the roots from the schools and colleges. So I start working from the roots. I develop the skills in the students working at the school level and university level. So right now I'm handling and dealing with more than 5,000 to 8,000 students at a university level, belonging to various different domains and fraternity. So here I present my presentation right from India and being very proud and loudly announcing that yes, in India, 4.0 is being practiced wonderfully. So here I begin a very short presentation on the student skill development for the sustainable growth in industry. So, Supriya ma'am, can you please confirm if my screen is absolutely visible and running?
Sorry, this is visible, ma'am. No issue.
Running proper?
Yeah, yeah.
Great, ma'am. So here, what we believe that the industry is putting innovation, the industry is moving towards 4.0. It is already in 4.0, the advanced version of 4.0. It is trying to sustain in the environment, taking and handling entire different kind of challenges it is facing. But still, the people at the end of the day are the ones who are running the industry. So here I focus on imparting skills in the students for the sustainable growth altogether. So taking in consideration the proud India, I'm moving on. Here I say that hard skills are all the skills which are technically imparted to the students related to their curriculum, maybe an engineer, maybe an architect, maybe a management, making a banking professional or any other. But when they move to the when they move for the interview for the job, at the end of the day, what matters is the soft skills. Here in my presentation, I have taken 3 different sources I'll be sharing forward on the basis of which I'm talking on. So the complete focus which I'm talking here is the demand and supply till 2020, which defined that what would be the major request coming up in 2021 for the sustainable growth and sustainable development altogether in our industries. So that says that we need highly qualified people to work. We need people who understand the work, and we need a person to work who understand the trends and changing of the job services. So if I sum up these 3 points, we need students who are knowledgeable, who know how to apply their knowledge, and who are qualified enough. There were certain issues in implementing the skills in India, but these are all overcome, right? So I'm just coming towards the solution that the innovation of student skilling has come up in 4 different directions. We have worked in 4 different directions, and that too very rigorously in terms of education, employability, employment, and entrepreneurship. Let me take you one by one how student skilling has been taken care in these 4 E's. The reforms at the employment level, that means generating the job opportunities for the students. So in India, recently, since 2019 till date, including UGC, that is the Union Grant Commission, including MSME, including AICTE, all these bodies who regulate the business innovation and education system in India, they have moved rigorously and motivated the partnership of industry and institutes to understand what is required and how much can be provided from the universities. The skills can be provided from the universities. And then employment exchange programs. Then a complete interaction between the industry and the universities so that the effective skill building can be developed. So that's in terms of employment, the reform which we have taken care of. In terms of employability, that means employability means the skills which we have developed in all the students, the capabilities. That means employment was the demand creation and employability is the supply creation from the student's end. So here what we at India we have done is using the innovative technique. I'm going to share the technique which I have always been using, being the certified trainer from the government of India for skilling the students. I'm going to share. What we do is we develop the employability skills in the student right from the day one they enter to the university. So we develop the skill, we talk to the industry, and henceforward the cycle goes on and on. So it becomes sustainable. As soon as the change or trend changes in the industry, we change and we mold the skills in the students accordingly. So they become industry ready. They become employability skilled, enhanced students. So hence we have developed a lot of mechanisms and accounting systems for the students. Accounting here is accountability here means responsibility. Not only skills mechanism will help the student, but the value system of feeling responsible towards working on their own makes a lot of difference. That's all a part of soft skills. I'm not talking of the hard skills at all right away. And we focus in terms of employability skills, we focus on the learning outcomes. If I'm training students some life skills or human values or global human values, what at the end of the day, a change I want to see in the student. That is the perspective we carry. And placement record, which kind of company comes in, which kind of potential is being hired, and which kind of perception is accepted by the companies. A gap is being assessed regularly by the institute, by the universities in India, in due discussion with the companies outside. So the gap is absolutely filled. That's the reform and employability. There are many beautiful reforms happened in education system as well for the sustainable growth of industry in India and a global level. In India, we have 6 fundamental rights, and one of them is right to education. So with the help of the government, this right to education has been enhanced up to a greater level. The people at the foundation also have been given so many facilities that every kid wants to go to school. And even at the university level, the students are promoted and motivated so much. If they are into minority or any backward classes, they have been given refund of their fees. So they feel motivated to come to the schools, to come to the universities. Apart from that, we build add-on skills to the students, that is specialized skills. To just drop an example, many of my BFSI, banking, financial services and insurance students, they know how to handle artificial intelligence. And my students who are understanding and learning, they're doing their BTech degree in computer science and information technology, they are very well versed with business intelligence and advanced Excel. So the kind of interdisciplinary learning coming in the students or bringing in the student is all about bringing the educational reforms, which we are practicing here in India. So that's like commendable difference, change, which we all are as an educator, we are trying to build in the Indian education system. Building curiosity, building the confidence on the topic, risk-taking, because the time is changing every time. So we are building a robust education system aligning with the industry altogether. So that's the framework which we have created. And the most important is entrepreneurship reform. We at India, when we are building the students and when we are doing the skilling of the students, we don't make them fit for job. What we make them is they should be sufficiently skilled. If they want to join a work outside in a company, they're ready for it with a bundle of skills. But instead, if they want to start up their own, then also they require a bundle of skills by their own. So the fourth reform which we did and we are still promoting and we are doing is entrepreneurship reform. So we are increasing the self-learning zeal in all the students. We all know since March 2020 till March 2021, n number of faculty, n number of professionals have done limitless MOOC courses by themselves. E-learning has come up tremendously high in all of us. Same has been inculcated to the students. It's a self-learning, it's a self-discipline, it's a self-building practice. That's what here we focused. And hence, these are all the strategies of 4 E's which we are, which I consider as the reforms in India. And here, in very particular, how we handle the technique of skilling the student. We consider these 3 things. Randstad being the leader in the staffing and recruiting across the globe, we take the skills requirement in the industry from there. We keep on updating ourselves from the posts on the LinkedIn, because a lot of CEOs, a lot of vice presidents, and the top higher authorities of the companies, they post their requirements, they post their skills on the LinkedIn. And so the skills here are more relevant. Being very specific to India, because I'm training all the skills, all the students from India. Maybe abroad foreign students are also there, but they are still studying in India. So we train them according to the system here. So I consider the Government of India report, which comes up every year. These are the 3 ones which I consider till date. Because I believe since March 2020 till the date, the world has changed, which never has happened in last 100 years. So the strategy 4.0, which we are handling right now in April 2021, is absolutely different even from December 2020. So the way we are moving, it's not the same, but rather it is new normal. So there are certain soft skills which are being imparted, which are being guided by Randstad. They move into confidence, passion, and curiosity. They say that a person may be of a CGPA 9.9, but we qualify them if he has intensity to work for us. If he knows that I want to learn in the organization and then I want to perform, we want that person in our organization. Fine, no matter how many facts you know, but if your value system is such that you're passionate about performing whatever has been given to you, then you are good for us. So creating that curiosity, adaptability is another thing which has actually become a reform in the skills which students need to understand. And I've seen a lot of change when I give these trainings to the students, impart these skills to the student. Their entry to the industries is very high, and the way they are performing in the industry goes very high. Because I repeat my words, the industrial revolution, the industrial changes, the reforms in the industry are there, innovations are there, but who at the end of the day implements? It's the students who implement that. So all these skilling has to be done at the student level so that the industry becomes sustainable. If the root is strong, the entire tree gives healthy fruits. So another part is adaptability. That means capability of accepting the value system of the organization, communicating strongly, maintaining the relationship at the workplace. I've seen a lot of students, I've done this research, wherein I found many people find it difficult if they do not have good personal relation at the workplace, they are not able to maintain the professional relationship. This thing has to be taught and trained to the students right from the grassroots level. That once inside the organization, leave your personal relation and believe in the professional relationship. So how much stable you are. Right now, this is the recent skill which has been accepted and developed, accepted by the organizations and industries altogether. Teamwork. People sitting globally, like right now, we all are sitting virtually together, right? So it's a teamwork. When Supriya ma'am calls Ajay sir, he's like super prompt and he answers. Then all of a sudden, Parul ma'am connects. You know, it's like a teamwork. Without having any personal value system, we all are working for a common purpose. Similarly, leaving your leadership aside and believing in the teamwork. This is the need of the hour in the industry for the sustainable growth. So I request all my colleagues there that besides inculcating leadership means you have followers at the back, but you have to take those followers with you. But besides leadership, teamwork stands first. Let's train our kids, our students, our employees, teamwork first. Now, LinkedIn has given this top list of 5 soft skills which are pertaining to the year 2021. It says people who are creative, because we are sitting virtually, people who are creative, even if their CGPA, the academic marks are low, but still they are hired. preferred for, because this creativity is the mother of your innovation. Curiosity, creativity, these are the mother of your innovation. Persuasion, how much can I perceive? How much can I run behind the vision? Collaboration, being together with people. Adaptability, again, can this person be good for my organization? Can he bend himself? Can he accept the culture according to the organization? And yes, emotional intelligence. This pandemic, right from January 2020 till the date, has generated a sense of insecurity, but now it has developed a sense of self-confidence that, okay, whatever situations come up, but we know how to sustain. We will do it virtually, but we'll do it most effectively. So we have come across of an understanding that yes, emotional intelligence will bring the sustainable growth in ourselves. We cannot stop anywhere. And this is the Indian Skill Report. Here in the Skill Report, every year, domain-wise, the Government of India, along with the industries and big academicians, very experienced and knowledgeable academicians, they do the statistical analysis. That in which domain, what is the job perspective? See, I've heard this from many of the parents. I know everybody is a academician here, but there may be, we are parents as well. So many people, they were threatened that we do not have any job opportunities in 2020 and 2021, but this is an eye-opener. See, in India, everything is more than 40%. Sky is the limit. It just, we need to train the skills in the people that will go in the industry and bring the sustainable growth. And that has been proven in India for sure. It was a word from the Amazon. Then in 2025 and 2030, India will have maximum entrepreneurs from this land. This is another domain-wise employability. And I close my session by saying that 47% of the employers have always shown a positive intent for hire in the last year, and still this figure is increasing each year. So I go back to my vision where I started from. Here itself, from the first slide, which I say that sustainable growth in the industry can be innovated. We can give technology, we can give industry, we can give infrastructure, but who are the people who will work on this? Those employees come from the category of students. So let us all be in the vision like we at the India are doing in building students' skills. With this, I close my session. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Charul. And in your presentation, you have talked a lot about the figures, about the facts, and some kind of the research related to the students' skills and all that. And thank you very much, ma'am, for joining me. Thank you very much. So, Dr. Ajay Jain, I think from RFI, we have done. No speakers left from the RFI, right, sir? Dr. Ajay Jain, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sir, so I think
yes,
from the RFI, we have done all the speakers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So now I think the time is say to goodbye. We have done with the good presentations, with the wonderful thoughts from all over the world, from India, from the Research Foundation of India. We have a today welcome address from our Vice Chancellor, Medicaps University. We have a welcome address from Dr. Muhammad Ali, who is the Dean from the Fire and Safety Department in Medicaps University. We have a very informative and presentation, which is dedicated to the research and effects by the Christina. Christina is from Georgia. No, sorry, from Croatia. we have a very wonderful presentation from the Philippines, from the Professor Cataliano. Cataliano, are you there? Cataliano.
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, yes. We have a most innovative presentation by the using of very interesting acronyms from the side of Cataliano sir. He is from the land of Philippines. And yes, we have a very some kinds of research related and some kind of beautiful facts related presentations from our Renuka madam. That is all about for this day, which is dedicated to the Sustainable Goal 9, Infrastructure and Innovation. So it's a time to say goodbye, and we will meet tomorrow again with the new presentations, with the wonderful presentations, and with the eminent speakers. These goals are tomorrow we will be addressing the goal 10, which is reduced inequalities. And actually, as we can see, the reduced inequalities have to be addressed with the full of attention, because there are lots of inequalities in our society, in our work culture, in our workplace. So we have to make major steps. We have to put major efforts to to work out on the SDG goal 10, reduced inequalities. So we will definitely meet tomorrow with the same time, 9 a.m. Please allow me to. So please allow me to take some rest, and please all of you take rest and stay safe, because yeah, we are facing the most tragic days in India also, and in abroad countries also, because of this corona pandemic. So please stay safe, please take care. So goodbye from my side, and I'm going to end the meeting. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you, Parul ma'am. Thank you, Charul ma'am. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ajay Jain sir. Thank you very much for all of your support, and for all. Yeah, thank you very much. And here I would like to mention that the Research Foundation of India put its rigorous efforts to make the to make this Global Peace and Sustainable Development Summit very successful on day 7, on day 8, and on day 9. Thank you, Ajay Jain sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Parul, for your wonderful presentation. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. So, yeah, we have in audience, we have some participants. Yeah, hello, ma'am. How are you? Your name is Loriada Salzar. Yeah, Miss Salzar, how are you?
Fine, always fine.
Yeah, okay. So have you attended the full session, Miss Salzar?
Yes.
Yeah, did you enjoy this session?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Please do like and comment on our Witty Gossip post, ma'am. I'm going to include your photo in audience clips, ma'am. I'm going to add your photo in audience clicks. I'm going to post your photo in audience click, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Bye. Keep safe.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.